What?
Hey, Jim, where does wrestling discussions live?
PWP Nation?
That's correct. PWP Nation is the #1 source for all things professional wrestling. They have great articles, podcasts, and overall great wrestling content. No dirt sheet rumors, just articles and facts.
You can follow PWP Nation on all social media platforms like Facebook at facebook.com/PWP Nation. You can also follow them on Twitter and Instagram, with both using the same handles, which is at PWP Nation.
Radical. And please go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe to PWP Nation Network, where you will find all the great podcasts like Offended, Beer and Money, and many more. And please give us a Dave Meltzer rating. Give us that 5-star rating.
That's right. Go join the community today to get the best content for your professional wrestling needs.
PWP Nation, where wrestling discussion lives.
There are other female wrestling YouTube channels, but there's only one me, Kelsey, bringing you quality edited videos featuring interviews with wrestlers, wrestling features, and interactive wrestling discussion. Some channels' content begins and ends with WWE. I bring you cute videos that are intelligent and creative, that also cover Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and more. Let's face it, most YouTubers wouldn't know Suzuki if he slapped them and laughed evilly in their face. So super kick it with me, and head over to Super Kickin' It with Kelsey on YouTube, at Super Kicking It with a G on all social media, and at superkickinit.com.
Super Kicking It with Kelsey, we're kicking it. It's a show about wrestling, we're kicking it. Super Kicking It with Kelsey, oh yeah.
And welcome to Offended, presented by PWP Nation. It's Tricky with Stoutsy, and from the Anything But Credible podcast, Mr. Nick Duggan. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, man.
No problem. We
What's
love
up, you
having
fucking marks?
Jesus, just wait until I'm done talking, Steve. Happy 40th episode.
Oh, yeah.
You made it, Jim. You made it through about 20 of them.
20 of the best. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. You know it.
Yeah, we're not holding back anymore.
Not.
I'm in such a smart-ass mood today. I was just going at everybody today.
I think we both are.
Yeah. So welcome, Nick.
Thanks for having me, guys. I got to say, number one, it feels good to be back. Number two, it feels even better to be in the infamous Cockpit Studios.
Yes.
First timer over here.
It is
Just a pit full of cock.
And then
And
there's
Naked Lady.
Yeah, then there's Naked Lady.
She's kind of a dick, so.
She's a dick.
Nice.
What? What's wrong?
Didn't say anything back.
Yeah, your mic's off right now, so no, you can't.
Nerd! Nice. Well played. Glad to see we still got it a week later.
Yeah. Before we plug everything, Jim apparently doesn't remember a thing from like the last week.
Not at all, man. I'm just in a mood right now.
Mine's just where's your
annoyed,
mind?
Aggravated.
The Pixies?
Yeah.
Where's your mind?
Not here. Not anywhere. I just told these guys. I'm like legit. I think I'm getting stupid. Like more. I'm getting stupider. That's how stupid I'm getting.
I believe it.
I'm getting stupider, man.
Does it come? I mean, is that just a thing that comes with age, or what? Like,
I don't
what's
see. I'm
happening?
turning 26 Saturday. Maybe it is.
Yeah,
It's my.
I think you're pretty dumb, so I believe it.
It'll be my birthday Saturday.
How old are you gonna be?
Oh,
26.
I forget you're younger.
happy
Yeah.
early birthday, man.
Thanks, dog.
Suck it.
Insurance. I'm coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize you were so young.
Yeah, man. I'm only like a grade younger than you guys.
Yeah.
Well, you know 09?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a really young. for
Yeah,
my
you
grade.
are.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, good for you, man.
Thanks, dude. I made it. Surprised.
Hey, just so you know, you're on the other end of 25 now.
That's fine. I can handle that.
Todd's not really living up your birthday too much.
I know, man. You know what? I don't want to see you this weekend.
It's fine. I don't want to see you either.
Oh, yeah.
Bitch.
Coming from the guy that's like, why don't you respond to my text messages?
Because
Would you respond to
we
me?
go over this every week, just in case if you forget, Jim. We go over this every week. You don't respond to my text, but then you'll send me a Snapchat upon Snapchat upon Snapchat 2 minutes later.
Maybe no, that's
Look
not
at this
true.
guy I'm working with.
Well, see, it's the Snapchat. I'm just like bam, wham, send it, done. The text, I have to like think it out, then have a conversation, and then it's like, I text you, and then you text me back like, oh, it's been like 15 fucking minutes. Why don't you ever talk to me? Why don't you talk to me? Do you not talk to him enough?
No,
Naked
she
lady?
doesn't at all. She's the worst. She's almost just as
You're
bad
bad
as you.
me.
When I first started talking to her, she didn't respond to me for like 2 weeks. She was playing hard to get. You can't. I guess air quotes is a bad thing to do on a radio show, but whatever.
Maybe I'm playing hard to keep, Todd. You
Nice.
ever think about that?
You're only using me just because you're on the show. What the fuck?
Sorry.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I was
Every week. Every week.
I literally was about to put it on mute, and then it fucking went off.
Nick, every week his phone goes off
No,
during
not
the
every
show.
week.
No, you
Just
say
the
this.
past month.
No, I did.
Off month.
I did see your finger though. You were
I
literally
was
on it,
literally-
getting ready to. Because I was getting ready to make fun of you for it, and it went off.
At least I turned it off right away.
Yep. Well, anyway, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at OffendedPod. You can go buy our t-shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com/offended-podcast. Make sure to tune in to our hockey talks exclusively on Facebook. And follow our Spotify playlist if you love music. Offended Presents Songs of the Month. And we're on iHeartRadio, so go follow us on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, we get
Tom.
it.
We did it.
We're growing. We're growing.
We're not showers.
Yeah, no, we're growers.
That's cockpit motto. Growers, not showers.
Yeah, we're growing. So again, thank
Inch
you.
by inch. Listener by listener.
Jim just gets harder every time he sees that number go up.
That's
The growl really just gives it away.
when I get hard, it's just a.
It's a growl.
I can't do
A
that
grunt.
sound.
If you ever hear me growl out in public, just
It's either the growl.
get about 6 inches away.
It's either the growl or what is it? What's the other sound?
Oh, God. Oh.
Well, anyway, let's jump into the songs of the week, eh?
I'm just on one today. I'm sorry.
Nick, did you have a list?
Yeah, I actually do have a couple, man.
Awesome.
I think we got like 3, dude. I'm sorry.
I see.
okay.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of screwed your system up though, because I did it a little bit differently than what you normally do.
How'd you do it?
I kind of more like listed my albums on my phone that I feel like everyone should be listening to or can listen to entirely, and then kind of specified within those albums. You know, this is what you.
I really hope you don't ruin my question I had for you.
I hope I don't either. Whatever that question is.
Yeah. How does that ruin any question? Oh, you're the anything but credible questions? Oh, god damn it.
You did somebody forget something? Mr. All-Star Host, the greatest.
No,
Walk around with the championship belt. Ugh.
As the theme song was playing, I realized it. Forgot it.
You can't make fun of me.
Well, fuck off. You can start then. Go ahead.
With songs or questions?
Songs. It's Song of the Week. Go follow our playlist on Spotify. Offended Presents Songs of the Month.
All right. My first song this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did yet. See, this is what happens every week. See, I have them pointing in my head, but I can't remember if we did it last week. See, this is just what's I get so upset. He doesn't even get upset. It's just funny now because I'm an idiot.
I just expect it now. Like when you text me too, you're like, "Did you make the song list?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he goes,
No,
"Did Nick?" And I'm like,
No, I go.
"Yeah." You
I go.
like the Nick brings songs. I'm like,
Tell
"Yeah, I think
Dugan
so."
to make songs. You go, yeah. I go, all right, cool. I didn't yet. No. I got my boy Roan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Did you listen to it yet?
yeah, it's good.
It's good, ain't it? You ever,
Who?
follow Barstool?
No.
Not really. All right. There's this guy
Not at
named.
all.
There's this guy named Roan. Not a big Barstool fan.
I mean, I just never really.
Never really. Yeah.
What my Barstool media intake is honestly from YouTube.
From YouTube, yeah. See, that's
no,
like,
seriously.
I don't get deep into it, but I'll read like articles about it, which sounds like I get deep into it, but I'm not like a stoolie.
I gotcha.
I'll admit it. I'm
this
a
guy
stoolie.
Roan for Barstool. He's actually one of the cooler guys out of Barstool, and he's a white dude.
Okay.
Really good at rapping. Just dropped an EP. The song's called "No Way" by Roan off the EP
way.
Steak.
Jose. No way.
Jose.
This might be a dumb question, but how do you spell that?
Roan.
Yeah.
Rone.
Okay.
I forget what's his actual
My-
name. Jerome.
I forget. I don't
I don't
know.
know. It's part of his name, or it's part of his last name.
He was. I didn't know this.
Ferrone. Adam Ferrone.
Yeah, that is it. So, he produces a music show on TBS.
Yeah, he does the rap battle one with Method Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you like kind of old school-ish, hip hop.
Yeah.
Love it. That's
Simple
it's
stuff.
right up my alley.
Yeah.
If it's like 90s kind of vibe.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yep,
up.
dude, you have to check it out.
That's me, man.
Yeah, that's my first
Okay.
song. Dukes, what you got?
Yeah. What do you got, dude?
Okay, so the way that I did it, like I said, kind of album-wise, and then the one song that I would say within that album, and it kind of goes, Stoutsy, to what you were just saying as far as the 90s vibe. It is an artist. So I'm primarily a hip-hop and R&B kind of guy, so I'm going to really stick to my roots here.
There we go.
First off, Sir. Have you guys heard of Sir? He is an R&B artist. He's under the TDE camp, and he has, in January, I think it was, maybe, the beginning of the year, released an album called November. It's really dope. The one song off of there is called Devils. I highly suggest it. It is basically a really chill R&B song with a very simple hip-hop breakbeat.
Cool.
And it's got the the whole, since it's TDE whatever, he's got he's with Kendrick and he's with J-Rock, so he's got that whole vibe going, and it's good stuff.
I've heard
man.
it. I want to say I've heard of him.
I feel like I've seen the name, heard the name Sir,
but
I can't.
My brain's going immediately to Sir Sly, which is like an indie, alternative band. But I'm like, no, it's not
Well,
it.
this album will catch your eye. Literally, it did for me because the album, if I remember correctly, is like a super close up on like the, what do you call the
Retina.
what's the part around
Pupil?
Is that the pupil that's got like if you zoom up on it, it's got like all the different colors and stuff. Not like the middle, the outer ring.
Naked Lady. What's it called? Pay attention.
That sounds right.
Whoa.
Iris.
Smarty pants.
That's what it is. So yeah,
Smarty pants.
check that out.
Cool.
That's a good song by you too, by the way.
That is. That's a good song by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh man, my family used to go so hard for Goo Goo Dolls.
I love the Goo Goo Dolls.
Wow.
What the fuck's
Except for
wrong with
Slide.
you?
I do like Slide.
So, Goo Goo Dolls or Matchbox 20? Who's better? I'm sorry, Goo Goo Dolls or Rob Thomas and Friends? Who's better?
Is that what you call Matchbox?
That's what we do.
That's hilarious.
Do we? Always. We have Rob Thomas and Friends queued up. Like,
I have a really good idea with that song.
I just like how we have "If You're Gone" by Matchbox 20. Like, it's just sitting here, like on my like things that like my effects that I can play. It's just sitting here, just because we played it that.
We
one
got really
episode.
into Matchbox 20 one episode.
Well, I was gonna say, is this a running joke or is it real? Because Matchbox 20 is like legendary, though.
They are.
They're pretty good.
Yeah,
Rob
solid,
Thomas
man.
and Friends is good. Rob
Yeah,
Thomas.
yeah.
Nah, not
Well,
my
I was just
favorite.
gonna say,
It's gonna
what
beat your
about the
testicles.
post Matchbox Rob Thomas?
It's like Darius Rucker by himself. Not a big fan.
Mr. Rucker.
Mr. Rucker. All right, Tricky. What do you
Rob
got?
Thomas beat his testicles.
What do you got?
So,
see,
it's always
I'm the one
Sunny
getting the
joke
show
for you.
going. What are you doing? You're over here slacking off.
I got Half Heart by Jimmy Eat World. They're back. New song.
yeah.
Wow, I haven't heard that name in
I
a
know.
long time.
We're Nick and I are actually going to see them tomorrow night at the pageant.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I
man.
didn't even know they were coming until like I listened to the song today and got
Would've
tickets.
Been like a cool birthday invite or something. Whatever, dude.
Hey, you want to go?
Nope, not at all.
Oh, cool. Well, anyway, Half Heart.
Even though it has my name in it.
kind of has like a little U2 vibe to it, like
Yeah?
kind of slower, but like the guitar and the drums sound like Adam Clayton, Larry Mullen, The Edge are playing, but Bono's not singing. It's Jimmy Eat World's lead singer, who I don't know the lead singer's name.
If you're listening, whoa. NHL
I was gonna say
2?
Oh, Katie, look that up. You're a producer today, so
Sweetness Jimmy Eat World NHL video game. Look it up. Which one?
I
Is it
think
02?
it's
If you just
04.
called that, that's impressive.
I think
you called
it's
that.
No, it's not. It's 03. It's 03.
Is
It's
it
Calgary
Is it one with Flames?
It's the Flames.
I think it. Yeah.
I think it's the Flames.
02 was Lemieux.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's 03.
03 was Iginla.
Yeah. I think it's
04
03.
was
I think it's 03.
Le Cavier.
Wow.
Yeah.
If that's right, that's impressive from you two.
You can go ahead with your next song while she looks at. Wait. Oh. 03.
03. Good call. Good call. That's close.
I'm impressed.
That's close. Thanks, though.
Thank you.
My next song comes off one of the hottest albums that just got dropped a couple weeks ago.
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Yeah.
Ooh, did you see it went like platinum like 4 fucking times already?
If we have the same song, I'm good.
Probably not. There's so many good songs.
Dude, that whole album. I actually had it on one of my top albums too.
Nice.
What's weird is the last like 4 or 5 songs I haven't really got into yet. Mm-hmm. What is there, like 19 songs on it?
Hey, there's a lot.
So what? Album's a banger. One of my favorite songs right now. It's Ball For Me.
Ball For Me?
Okay.
Ball For Me.
Mine, I'm just going to say mine real quick since we're on Post Malone. Candy Paint.
Okay, that was one of mine, and then my first one too would be the Zach and Codeine for me.
Yeah.
Now I gotta add this in because if Keith hears this, one of my co-hosts from the ABC Pod, if he hears this, he'll give me shit. But he acts like he put me on to Post Malone, but I gotta be honest with you, Stoney was okay. I just never really got into it. It was cool, but it wasn't like oh my god. But I gotta tell you, the reason I had this on my list is because, like I said, I honestly feel like this is an album. We just each said 3 different songs. There's 15 to 16 more. Yeah. They're all solid. Yeah. You can go all the way through.
Yeah. It's a very, very good hip-hop album. Did
it surprise you? Because it kind of like I said, Stoney I felt like was good, but not like...
It was...
Stoney had its own vibe to it. This one, you get so many different aspects of music. Yeah. You get like...
It was kind of what I expected after hearing Psycho. I kind of expected the album to be like that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's true, too. Well, Rockstar and Psycho probably gave you an idea. It's like, there's going to be a lot of mix in this album.
Funny thing... shows I'm very new on Post Malone, very new on listening to his music. I looked at his stuff a couple weeks ago and listened to Rockstar. I'm like, I've heard this song before. Didn't know it's Post Malone.
The other thing too, which Keith, the reason he'll give me shit is, if you're not a big Post Malone fan, the other thing I suggest you do is after you listen to the album, go to YouTube and look up some of his live performances, especially like the Bud Light. He's got to be a good enough performer to where he's doing the Bud Light. What do they call it? The Bud Light.
The party.
Small. It's like the small, the low key thing that Lady Gaga just did. They went from Lady Gaga to Post. So
it's almost like block parties, isn't it?
Something like that.
It's something like your like regular tavern series or something. Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
I'm so happy you brought up the live performances. So on Netflix, there's Seth Rogen's Hilarity for Charity special. It's on. Post Malone performs at the very end. But he covers Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison.
No way. Is it good?
Yes. It's fucking amazing. Damn. Like, the dude can sing.
Yeah.
He's very talented.
And he does it all, too, which is weird because the latest video that I saw on Twitter was him performing Elvis songs.
Yeah. Did you see him do the Nirvana cover?
No, but I feel like that's
right. Oh, my God. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it now. Because I listened to it, I was like, holy shit, he could bring back grunge. Like,
Post.
If you look stuff up on him about like his past and all that stuff, like he's just all over the map with music. Like I remember when White Iverson came out, I was like, here's another stupid ass rapper with a tattoo. I was like, I hate this guy. And I was like, I didn't give him a chance. Then
he's actually pretty cool.
He's a cool. He was on Stone Cold's podcast.
Was he?
Is that not crazy?
Was he?
I mean, yes.
Oh yeah, you did talk about that.
It was the craziest
Maybe
thing.
I'm forgetting shit too.
I know. I was like, dude, there's like, what a weird combination of shit. What? And they were talking like country. And
hell, I love Post Malone. What? Oh hell, man.
What's a psycho, you jackass?
What? What's he saying? Candy paint with the white on top. What?
What's an AP going psycho?
No, but I'm with you, Stoutsy, on that, man. I'm with you on that.
That's fucking great. Dude, there's a picture. Post Malone apparently just broke this like Beatles record the other day. Like it smashed like this very long-standing record. And I forget what the record was, but it was the picture that they used. He has like bangs. And he's wearing ponytails. And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing,
He's kind of wild, man. Yeah, and then especially on top of that, you just a couple months ago, or even I think it was not even a month ago, J. Cole sets the streaming record, and then Post just destroys the streaming record. Yeah. It's insane.
So J. Cole just came out with an album. What was the other? There was one other album
that I loved.
There's been 3.
Cardi B. Cardi Bangers.
Is it Cardi B? I thought it was somebody else.
You like Cardi B?
It's actually a good album.
Is it not?
It's actually a really good album.
She seems like a cool chick, too. She's a little out there, But she's actually kind of funny.
No, I'd hang out for sure. With
I could
Cardi
see
B
her
for
doing
sure.
like movies. Like she's kind of funny.
Well,
No, she's gonna get something for sure.
speaking of Cardi B, might as well just say it now. Another one of my songs of the week, Best Life, Cardi B with Chance the Rapper.
There we go. I love how we're going straight, almost solely hip hop on this. I'm loving this.
man.
Yeah, actually, looking at my list, out of my 5 songs, 3 of them are rap.
There we
Hip hop.
go. Okay.
Cardi B, though, Chance the Rapper, that song, I love that song.
And I didn't, from what, if you were to hear her radio songs, for me personally, that song, I wouldn't expect to happen. I wouldn't expect her to link up with Chance. I just wouldn't expect it. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
It sounds like Chance produced that song, too. Like, it sounds like a song that could be on Chance's album.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
it's
think
cool.
that's probably why I liked it so much, because I love Chance the Rapper's album. It's so good.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Cardi B!
Cardi
What the
B,
bing to the
yes.
bong to the party key!
I just like that one song. I like it like that. It's gonna be the summer song, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I just hope she doesn't do a Nicki Minaj, where, like, Nicki Minaj was really good at rapping, and then she is full-blown sold out and went pop.
Well, that Cardi B's album was kind of popish, though. It was a little bit of both. Like, it's kind of a combination.
I think it's more hip-hop than pop. Like, Nicki Minaj went full-blown Britney Spears pop. Like,
Oh, yeah. She's kind of a bitch.
get my heart keep running
I'm just saying.
You feel
Not a
the
Nicki
boom,
fan,
boom,
huh?
boom, boom,
I
boom, boom,
like some of her
baby.
stuff.
That's super bass.
I find her awkwardly attractive, but I think she's just a bitch.
She is. I think she is too. I think it might be.
I know.
good.
Yeah.
'Cause I jumped in. Yeah,
Yeah.
we all got fucked up on that last part.
Well, we
got so excited to talk
just
about
bouncing
Post
off
Malone.
of it.
Everyone just had the exact same, different parts of the same album, so it just got all over the place.
And you only did 3, so it works out.
Oh,
I guess.
I have 4, but one of them you're going to take and probably give a better spiel on. So.
Oh, yeah, that's my number 1 song,
Yeah,
possibly
fine.
of the fucking year. I know exactly what you're gonna say, but
I'm going to say it. I'm going to
hold
fucking
on,
take your glory.
let Dugan-
Because when he's done, you're going to
let
fucking
Nick
jump
Duggan
in.
of the
That's actually
Anything
fine.
But
Let's
Credible
see it.
podcast go.
It's actually not one of my songs either.
I'll cut off
surprisingly.
Dugan if I want. I don't care.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
And I'm gonna yell when I do it to get my point across even better, even though it's dumb and it doesn't work.
They probably
So
think we're
anyway,
on drugs right now on the show.
stop cutting off Nick Duggan of the Anything But Credible podcast. You
Hey.
can find his show on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts, Jim.
Hey, thanks, Tricky.
Cheap plug.
All right, guys. So listen here. I should have said this in the beginning, but I feel like a kind of a dickhead for this. But I need to interject. This is not one of my songs. It is one of my songs, but I don't want to say an honorable mention because I feel like that's kind of derogatory, and that's not the case. But I do want to give a quick shout out to my guy who just took a little break. Now he's back to releasing music. My guy, Modest MC, he just came out with a song called X. I highly suggest it. Check him out. It's on SoundCloud for sure. But guys, we just talked about J. Cole. Okay, and now this is another album where you can easily go all the way through, no pauses, no stops, no nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like in today's age, it's tough with the streaming and with Spotify playlists. You're picking and choosing, so that's why I went this route.
Totally agree with
But
that.
I'm not going the right now on the radio. You're going to hear ATM and you're going to hear whatever. I forget the name of the other song, but the 2 songs that I suggest for me, we're talking about that old school '90s vibe. We're talking about classic J. Cole vibe. To me, is the song's called Brackets and The Cutoff.
Fuck yes.
We have literally when I'm thinking of J. Cole, the warm up, the come up, old school J. Cole.
Give me smoke.
I'm thinking about these 2 songs. They hit me in my J. Cole sweet place, and I love it, man.
Your J spot.
My J spot. yeah, exactly.
The cutoff. That's my. I think that was on my songs of the week a couple weeks ago. The cutoff's my favorite song off that album.
Man.
Give me a drink.
Dude, I
Give me a
100%
high.
agree with you.
Give me
Like, when that album
Give me
dropped,
flow.
I think I listened to it. It's like, obviously, doing landscaping all day and, listening to music. I listened to that album for 8 hours
I was
straight.
gonna say, I think you texted me. You're like,
and
damn.
over and over. And I was just like, I think I put 1985 as my favorite song.
Yeah, that's a great song.
I think it's
That's
fucking,
a really good song.
it's so smartly done.
It's
which
so
is why I
true,
love
though,
it.
too.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, man. That's what Cole's great because he has these songs that are super powerful, but they're also got your head nodding, and you're replaying them. Now, I was a little skeptical after For Your Eyes Only because
So was I. I liked it, but I didn't like it.
I felt in that the message outweighed the actual song quality in my mind. In this, I feel like he really just got that
Oh, he
perfect
hit it.
blend. Yeah.
Yep.
J. Cole's not coming to St. Louis, sadly.
No,
he
he's
will
not.
be in KCMO.
He never comes to St. Louis. You know that?
Nobody does.
I
feel like nobody does anymore.
Tours.
Last time he was here was during the whole like Mike Brown thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't for a
But it
show,
wasn't for
right?
a show,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
came there, which
Right.
kind of surprised me. I thought maybe he'd come back here, but
Yeah, you got a good point on that one.
yeah. But I mean, sometimes things just don't match up. Maybe or somebody is going to KCMO. Might think about that. Might think about going there. Bad
Finger gestures.
Bad TV.
How many songs do you have left?
I got one more.
Just one more? Okay, hold off on that. Do you want to go again?
Sure. I have two left, but
Yeah, I have two left also.
okay. So I'll go. My next one is I'm going back to R&B. Okay, and I feel like today, if you are an R&B fan and you don't know or are not listening to Eric Bellinger, I highly suggest you're super late. You need to get on that train
Sounds so
immediately.
familiar.
He just recently, a few weeks ago, I want to say, released an album called Easy Call. You probably on the radio hearing his song with Wale. It's Goat 2, which the Goat 1 personally is in my opinion better, but you're probably hearing that on the radio. And the other song is called She off of Easy Call. Eric Bellinger, check him out. He's got a million songs.
I feel
now,
like
so.
I know who that is. I guarantee if I heard it, I would
He's
know.
great.
I think when you said Wale, that's what I
I'm sure you've heard it on the radio.
definitely heard him.
Yeah.
In Wale.
Speaking of, I was watching something the other day, and like this wrestler, Wale is a huge like wrestling fan, like big wrestling fan. Like, he's been on WWE like a couple times,
Oh,
like
really?
doing some segments and stuff. And I forget who was talking about it, but some guy goes, "Yeah, you just did a segment with Whale Eater the other day." And I was like, "Oh no, that's not his name."
So he was doing like skits and stuff with the wrestlers.
Yeah, he did a skit where he was like running like this hip hop like rap battle, and they let the wrestlers kind of have free range on this. And one of the wrestlers that was involved in the rap battle was involved in a sex tape that leaked. But the sex tape was actually from like years ago, and the wrestler now is like married. Like not to the woman that's in the sex tape, who is also a wrestler, and Paige from
Yeah,
Total,
sure. Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah. Divas.
yeah, and
That's my show.
so it's like this rap battle between the New Day and the Usos, and one of the Usos goes, "Hey, Big E, keep it PG, but don't get all rated R like your boy Xavier Woods." And the crowd's just like, "Oh, yeah!" And it's so great because Xavier just like you can tell he's biting his lower lip, trying not to laugh. He just starts smiling. He goes, "Okay, that's good,
Like,
that's good."
shit.
And like his tag partner Kofi Kingston and
like-
Big E were both just like, "Holy shit!"
Oh, he said it.
It was good. It was good. It's good. My next song, by not a very well-known band. Not a lot of people heard of them. Guns N' Roses. Shadow Your Love. New song by them.
They're still making music, huh?
Apparently, so I've heard two things. I've heard that this song was recorded in the 80s. It sounds like it was. That's why I love it, because it sounds like old Guns N' Roses, and it's a fucking banger.
They just like
it's like
brought it out of the closet, man.
Yeah, it was an unreleased
That's
single
awesome.
apparently.
Okay.
But I've also heard that they're coming out with a new album, and if it sounds anything like that, like to make it sound like it's from the 80s, that album's gonna be fucking amazing.
What if it's all just out of closet songs?
But that'd be fine.
You know
too.
what I mean?
That'd be fine too. Prince just,
Like the whole Tupac thing. I
Yeah.
mean, them not dying. I'm saying, just
his Prince just released like Nothing Compares to You. Like finally released like the real final like studio version of it a few weeks ago, and that was amazing.
man.
Guns N' Roses just did the same thing apparently. Holy shit! Like I cannot believe. Like I'm listening to this song, I still listen to it, and it's just like I cannot believe that this is not on any album. Like this song is amazing. It's one of the best songs they've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah. It kind of has like a Paradise City like vibe to it.
And what was the name
really
of it?
quick,
What was the name of it?
Shadow Your Love.
Okay.
Really good. Really
Check
good.
it out.
I was never a huge Guns N' Roses guy.
I was my mom. Well, my
Nothing
mom
against them. Or
loved
like
them.
80s rock. Like I like the the popular songs
Yeah.
that were always out,
My-
but I never.
My mom loved them, but my dad like really loved them. My dad was really big in like 80s like rock, like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Poison, Led Zeppelin, not Led Zeppelin. Drawing a blank.
Anything on Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Basically.
what was What was I should know this, but the lead singer's name, I can't
Axl
think.
Rose.
Axl didn't he have didn't he used to have like a VH1 like a dating show or
No,
something?
that was
or was it?
that was
Brett
Brett Michaels.
Oh damn! Okay,
Yeah.
all
Because
right.
I thought the same
Poison?
thing too when you said it. Poison was
Van
Brett
Halen, that's the band I'm thinking of. Not Leonard Skinner, or what I said, or Led Zeppelin. I meant Van Halen earlier. Sorry, it just came to me. But yeah,
Guitar Hero.
anyway,
He
Van
just listed all
Halen.
Guitar Hero songs.
Yes, Brett Michaels. Yeah, that's who it was.
Okay.
Him and Flava Flav.
Damn. All right.
But
I actually just posted an Instagram thing about Flava Flav and that show.
did you?
Well, I don't know, not the Offended Pod, but mine.
I weirdly watched that show.
Dude, I loved that.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's fucking. It's a train
VH1
wreck.
for a second there. VH1 had a string of just
They were
like.
killing it.
Hogan knows best.
Yep.
All right, Dugan, if you want to go again, because I think Jim and I have the same song for
Yeah,
our last
and
song.
I'm excited to hear
Well,
you guys.
another one.
I'm excited to hear you guys talk about this too. So I'll get out of your way. But before I do that, number one. Usually, if we're going to talk hip hop, he's usually up number one on my list. Some goes a little bit, never goes below number two, and that is the homie, the man, the myth, the legend, Tech
Nelly.
Nine.
Oh,
Now, why Tech Nine?
it's like Anita.
Well, because if you're not super mainstream, you might have missed that he just in March, I want to say, came out with an album called Planet.
It's really good, actually.
It is actually surprising. After his last couple, I've kind of been okay,
Yeah.
but this is really good. This is one that you can listen all the way through. I suggest, personally, I think a lot of people will gravitate to a song called No Reason. It's also known as the Mosh Pit song because it has MGK with Tech Nine, which is always a fun link up,
Yes.
and it's kind of just a wild song.
The song is great.
But I personally suggest a song called Fresh Out with Swisher Sleep. That is your typical off the wall crazy Tech Nine beat, and him and this dude Swisher just spazzing, going insane. And then number two, I would suggest a song called Kick It With Myself, which is Tech. Anytime that Tech does his own hooks, I'm already sold because these days it's a rarity. He did a lot on this album actually, but yeah. So, and also, last add note to this: anyone in St. Louis, I highly suggest. He is coming to the pageant in June. I will be there. You guys should go too. It's going to be a great time.
He's got 19 songs on that album.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
looking at it now.
Dude, he always puts
Of course,
out
you
a lot
got
of
Chris
songs.
Calico on there.
You have to, right?
Yeah. Oh, and
Actually, though, that's what kind of made me happy, though. Like, I like Chris, but usually every one of his albums, he's usually either singing or rapping on almost every single song. This album, quite the opposite.
Yeah.
He's only on, I think, maybe two. I don't even...
It's a really good. It's an under the radar, really good album.
about to
like-
download it.
Yeah, I highly suggest it.
Also, Tech Nine,
Tech Nine.
Bulu.
Oh, man.
Caribou.
Dude,
Bulu?
I'm
is
so...
it going to be Caribou to can?
It is. That's what...
Is it Caribou? Is it 151 rum?
Pineapple
juice,
Well, no,
Malibu,
well, I don't know if you've
Caribou,
have you seen the
get
promo
ball
videos of it?
Yeah.
But apparently
Baby girl,
it's...
come. Right up a show. The
I mean,
race
he
out,
said
we can
it's so it's
party
beer,
till the cops
obviously,
come.
but so I don't know if it's just supposed to like beer that's flavored like that. I can't imagine that they put can't put any kind of like mix any kind of actual like
Hard alcohol.
rum or anything in there, right? I just feel like it's
I don't know. They could.
either way though. Even if it's just strictly beer, you said before Summer Song off of one of the Cardi B songs. I'm telling you right now, this could be the summer beer, man.
It could, especially in St. Louis.
Are you
Ooh.
man?
Is this for Loco too?
I don't know what the percentage is going to be, but man, listen, if you like, I honestly have not met one person that doesn't like Caribou. I have not. If like I just went on a bachelor party like 3 weeks ago. We bought a whole bunch of beer and stuff, and then on the side, you just made tubs of Caribou. It's like you can't go wrong. Man.
I haven't had Caribou in probably 4 years ago, Gabe's Picnic. And I was just talking to Corey Donovan. I was like, dude, we need to get some Caribou soon. Because that's like, dude, I'd like a few cups, and you're fucking...
Oh, yeah, you're feeling good, and it tastes great. And, man, I'm excited for this beer. It came out kind of left field, but it makes sense, and I think it's going to be really dope.
Speaking of bachelor parties, I just came up with a good idea. My mind's just all over the place right now. How great would it be if we like had like a service, like, hey, you want a good bachelor party? You want to have fun? Hire us. We'll make sure your bachelor party is great, but you have to pay for everything. But we'll be your party starters, and we just go and just like party and have fun while they pay for everything. Scam of the year.
You mean like
It's like Wedding Crashers, but we're crashing bachelor parties.
Man, you guys would be. You want to talk about getting old? You guys would get old real fast in that lifestyle, man.
You going to Vegas? Take us with you. We won't hang out with you, but you have to pay for everything.
Classic.
So, did you say you had one more song?
Well, I have two, but you have one of them, and I'd rather have you.
Oh, I thought you only had one left.
No.
All right,
Sorry,
go.
man. I just walked all over you then.
No, you're good, dude.
Good job, Nick.
Fucking cunt.
Damn.
Podcast
this
sucks.
I've already mentioned this guy before, Nothing Nowhere. It's like a hip-hop
Yeah.
singing guy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of depressing, not overly, like, some of it.
Right up your alley, Jim.
It's like,
depressing.
Did you ever listen to, like, Under Oath or
fucking
anything
depressing.
back in the day?
I don't think so.
Nothing, like, too crazy like that?
No.
All right. What are you laughing at? You said something about
if
me
you
being
listen to
depressing.
this episode back, you'll catch it.
You said I was depressing. Which is fair some days. This song's not as depressing. I think you'd like it. It's called Ruiner by Nothing Nowhere. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of this weird dude, man. I don't know. If you're ever just, like, pissed off at the world for a day,
Hey,
turn this guy on. You'll feel better.
I mean, one of my all-time favorite songs is a very depressing song called Somebody Else by the 1975, so...
Same.
Yeah.
I really love that song, too.
It's a great song.
They come out with a new album?
Okay, so their website, sorry we're getting off topic here, but 1975, coming out with something on June 1st. And they said last year it was going to be an album, but they haven't made no mention of this, like, anywhere. So it's either they're dropping an album on June 1st, or it's a single.
Really
Something
wanna
is
see them
happening
live.
on June 1st. If you go to their website, it just plays, like, this beautiful, like, music with, like, a bunch of, like, visuals, but somebody actually got the visuals somehow, like the actual video that they're playing in the background, so you can only see the visuals through the numbers of the countdown clock that's counting down to June 1st. Somehow somebody got, like, the actual video, and it's all, like, people don't talk to each other anymore. Like, people are always on their phones. Like, it shows people sitting down, like, at an art gallery, just all on their phones. I mean, paying attention to the art. It shows people, like, sitting next to each other, hanging out, but they're wearing, like, VR goggles. And, like, it's all... Apparently, this album's going to be about how we don't pay attention to people anymore.
Being separated from society, pretty much.
Basically.
I like that.
I like it, too.
Especially coming from them.
So... it's freaking me out. They might be done after this album.
Well, you know.
They're so weird. Matt Healy is so weird like this. Like, he said the first album... So if you listen to the albums in order, if you listen to both albums in order, it's a concept album. So it tells a story all the way through. Like, the first album's about them growing up in their teenage years, about him growing up in his teenage years. The second album's about being, like... after his teenage years, like, meeting somebody he loved and then getting his heart broken and then, like, moving on with his life and trying to figure out, like, his life. This one's apparently the current state of where he's at now, like, in the world, too. So they all connect. This is the trilogy. This is the final installment of, like, the 3 albums. So either they're going to follow suit and just be done, or they're going to pull a Kanye, where Kanye's albums, like, College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation all followed each other too, and then he just went on and did different stuff. So maybe they are doing that, which I'm fucking hoping that they do, because they're huge now. I mean, they're one of the biggest bands in the world now.
That would be interesting, though. You know, I always find it interesting when bands or TV shows or whatever it may be, when they stop short of knowing, like, okay, you know, like, yeah, we're awesome, we're killing it, but, you know, this is it. It's like, that takes a lot of balls, and usually you got to be, usually those pieces that are the final things, for me, they're usually like, really hit or miss. So I'm interested, too, to see, like, this could be just absolutely killer, like, one of the best all time, or is it just going to be like, you guys are going out, like, but you never know.
They're second to U2 for me for, like, all-time favorite bands. I think I just like them so much because, like, they're one of the first bands I saw at the Firebird, and like, in a crowd with, like, maybe 90 to 100 people, like, knew them before they were so big. Like, they were called Drive Like I Do before the 1975. Like, just followed them, like, all the way up. Now watching them sell out places, like, around the world with 100,000 people there. It's like, damn,
that's
like,
pretty
this
legit.
is cool. Like, this is cool seeing them just grow and grow, and that they're staying true to, like, to their roots, basically, and I love it.
I just want to see them live.
Oh,
I
dude.
listened to their live playlist on
Amazing.
Spotify, and I'm like, oh my god, it's almost
Amazing.
better than the fucking album.
U2 is still...
If you can put on a good live show, I'm sold.
U2
100%.
is the best band I've ever seen live. That's how I became such a big fan of theirs. I wasn't even a big fan of theirs until I saw them live. That just changed everything. They were the best. 1975, Matt and Kim, and Coldplay, for me, are right behind them. And Kanye. Kanye right behind them, too.
That's dope. And I'll tell you right now, for me, going back to the hip-hop side, haven't been to a crazy amount of hip-hop shows, but a decent amount. And without a doubt, Tech Nine. Best show, hip-hop show you'll ever see. It'll be it'll be wild. It'll be crazy. It'll be off the wall. It will not be your normal hip-hop show. But my God, you'll walk out of there like, what the fuck?
I've actually heard that before.
I don't know if I can go into the mosh pit anymore.
I don't know.
At
I
this
wouldn't
point in my
suggest
life,
the mosh,
but
I hate people, so no.
I think I can
I'm
go to
good.
the show. I can't do it like I was in high school.
You should go, man. So June will be, at least my 5th time, the last 5 times for Tech. So, man, it's just one of those things.
All right.
Todd, you closing us out here?
Yep.
Close us out, Tad.
I think...
This was a long music session.
This was. I like it. I like it a lot.
We vibing.
We are vibing. I think easily probably one of the most talked about songs probably in the world, maybe not in the world, but probably in the nation right now. This is America by Lando Calrissian, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. Amazing. Oh my God. So good.
The music video is incredible.
The
Tell us
music
why you
video-
love it, though. Tell us why you love it, Tad.
So, alright.
Break it down for us, man. I'm excited to hear you.
I'm a huge sucker for music videos, and the song itself is great. I actually listened to the song first, and I was like, damn, this song is, like, I loved it. I love Childish Gambino. He's one of my favorite artists as well, and he was amazing live. Fun fact, his bass player wore an Alexander Steen jersey when he performed at the pageant.
Oh.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Should probably get rid of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Ouch.
I agree.
Ouch.
But it was cool at the time. I was like, yeah, let's go blues. But, so, song was great. And I was like, love the beat, love the lyrics, watch the music video. And this is probably, hands to me, one of the greatest music videos ever made. And just the way it's made, the message behind it, the dancing, the acting, everything. This is like I can't even put it in the words. Like, this is just the greatest music video I've ever seen in my life.
Have you listened to it or heard it?
I have both, yeah. And I got to be honest with you. I'm with you 100%. And I actually used to be a huge music video guy, and I really fell off the map just because, to me, they were all kind of the same thing.
Yep.
This is not the same thing, as you said.
I was
And
just about to say that.
It is the first music... I thought this to myself after I watched it. I think I watched it 3 or 4 times in a row. And I thought to myself, this is the first time that I've watched a music video, not even consecutively, just numerous, more than one time.
Yep.
And on years. I mean, I can't even tell you what the last video was where I actually took a step back and was like, whoa. Couldn't tell you. So,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, dude. Like, music videos are so hard to it's hard to find a good one. I think Kendrick started Kendrick and Kanye, I think, started since 2010, really improving music videos and making them
the 1975 have some of the greatest music videos I've ever
telling
seen
a
as
story.
well.
It's not just crap thrown together anymore.
Yeah.
Like the shot like this one, it was like
Gambino's music videos are really.
You had to
all
go
of them are
back,
good.
because I watched it, I was like, damn, there's some crazy shit in here. Then I watched the thing where it's like messages you might have missed. I went back and watched it, and I was like,
that's a lot.
Damn, because I was gonna say people are like, oh man, he's just trying to fuck. And not to get overly political, because we never do on the show, but you know how people are like, oh, he's just all about. I'm like, you're missing actually a lot of it.
Yeah.
Of the fact of the black on black crime and how people are just sitting there with their phone videotaping instead of trying to stop that, and just another crime
why the backup dancers are all wearing grade school outfits, and it's because of all the school shootings that are going on. And it's everything represents something in the video. His pants apparently represent a person who was killed, and apparently those are the pants that he was wearing when he got shot.
Damn.
Everything in the video represents something.
I think my favorite. No, sorry to cut you off.
Oh, you're good. You got it.
My favorite is when he shoots the guy, and the pose that he does is from a Jim Crow
Yeah,
painting
it's Jim
thing.
Crow. Yeah. And he does it spot on, dude.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that is
the
nuts.
The first time I watched it, I couldn't believe I got that reference. I'm like, is that this? And I looked it up, and I'm like, holy shit, it is. Like,
that dude's a genius.
the one thing I do really, really like out of the music video, for in terms of a political, probably a good like message, is when he shoots people in the video, they don't give a shit about the bodies, but they handled the gun like it's like a baby. And it's like every time he shoots somebody, he hands off the gun, and it's handed like on a pillow, very gently. Yeah, it's like such subtle things like that in the video that speaks so loudly and how we're.
And I mean, how many times did you watch? How many times did you watch the video, both of you, just to look at the back? Just not even what's in the foreground, just the background.
To like really like study the video and like what's going on, I probably watched it about 5 or 6 times, like to just see if I missed anything.
I am not a huge film guy, like knowledge wise, but I'd be to me they look like very long single takes. I'm not sure if they are, but they look like that to me, and it just makes me wonder.
They are.
Not only did just the choreograph, like the dance moves and all that stuff, but everything going on. And if you're gonna have, it is so hard to do even a 1 minute long shot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
1 minute of a continuous shot is tough. To have 30, 40 people all doing different things, I mean, it's the magnitude of this. They make it look really cool. They make it look kind of simple, but not really. I mean, this is something where you watch it and you know, like, wow, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Of, not even just we're talking about messages and meanings. Just the actual execution of those messages is just such high level that it's like, wow.
Right, so you got to capture the exact motion that you want out of each individual in one take.
Yeah.
It's like if you get it out of 2 people, but you don't get it out of that background guy standing over there, then the message doesn't come across.
Exactly.
It's just like...
I got the message at first of it being like he's distracting you. That was the first thing I did pick up like from watching the music video before like I even looked up anything about it. That was the first thing I'm like, he's like, his dancing, to me it was like, his dancing's distracting us. And I was looking at the comments like, oh, okay, that is what's going on. He is distracting you from like everything that's going on.
And well, on top of that too, I mean, being a Gambino fan, he's not like an openly dancer guy, right? He's not like, hold on, let me just kill these moves real quick. So
no, not
for
at
him
all.
to come out in the beginning like that, I'm like, okay, I see what's happening. You know,
his emotion, like everything he does. Like when I listen to that song now, I'm like almost like trying to mimic like the dancers. I'm just like
the one dance move I do want to mimic that he doesn't is when he peeks through like when he opens the door when the choir's singing, he pops his head out and he does that one little dance where like he's almost moonwalking on his side like to the camera. Yeah. And he gets to the AK gun. That dance move, though, I want to learn how to do that just so I can just do that when I walk into like bars. Like, what's up, guys?
What's up, sir?
That dance move is awesome.
I saw a Twitter thread that went pretty deep into. I think it's a woman who did all the dance moves, and that was pretty cool. There's been some really, really awesome Twitter threads just breaking down each individual. Yeah. Like one, like I said, was with the dance moves. One, like, Jim, there's a million that you said about the meanings and stuff. There was another one about the director, who I think is the same director that's been directing the Atlanta show.
He's directed a few episodes.
So, man, like I said, every level put together, it's just, it is no doubt in my mind going to be heralded as, it's got to be a top video of all time, right? It's got to be. It's got to be in that list.
I think so. I think if it's not, sorry.
Did you get him?
I don't know. It's been flying around.
Nope, you didn't get him.
God damn this!
I know, I saw him.
Fucking little bug.
If I hit you, don't worry.
You got it. But no, like this music video though is, I just can't put it in the words. It's one of the greatest music videos I've ever seen in my life.
He's just like he is the definition of an artist.
For sure.
There's many of them. I'm not gonna sit here and name, but he is one of them. That's like that guy's an artist when it comes to music. Like cinematography. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
When I think of great music videos, one that comes to mind.
Oh, you got it, man. You got it. You nailed it.
When I think of good music videos, like best, like the greatest music videos ever made, the number one music video that comes to mind is Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Sure.
Right behind that, Fatboy Slim's. I forget what the song is, but it has Christopher Walken like dancing in the music video.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of what it is either.
You could do with this, or you can do with that, or you can do with this.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That.
that music video to me is one of the greatest music videos ever made. There's a few others that I'm not naming. 1975 has one of them too. Kanye, Flashing Lights. I love that music video.
Eminem always had good music.
Do you know
videos.
what the first thing? Honestly, when I was thinking to myself, of wow, I haven't seen this video in a while. You know what the next thing? I started kind of going down that path that you were just talking about, Todd, and that's like thinking about. For some reason, it popped in my head like the most recent videos or group that was doing that people were actually talking about these music videos like whoa
Miley Cyrus.
No, for me that first thing was the OK Go music
yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, how crazy is this? All that hype and everything about them was because they were making really hard but cool music videos.
They
right?
still are.
And Gambino though making an unbelievably hard but like probably billion times more powerful.
Oh, yeah.
So to me,
Definitely.
this video is just so much like, don't get me wrong, OK Go, they make cool stuff, right? Like, that's cool, and it's tough. But if you want to add in the level of difficulty along with, like we've been talking about, just the overall message behind each subtle thing that you won't even notice until you watch it for your 15th time.
Yep.
For me, I found that interesting. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when OK Go was like when they did like the treadmill thing, and it's just like, oh, because they're doing cool stuff, and now it's like mind blowing because it's like the message behind each move, each dance move is representing something that's happening in the background, connecting to left to right to it's insane.
And when I think of all those like music videos and stuff, though, when I think of this one, I think this one will go down as probably top 2 greatest music videos ever made, if not the greatest music video ever made, just for its message that it's trying to say, and like at a time like right now, like that's totally. I mean, he hits everything spot on in this music video. Like it doesn't just focus on one issue that's going on; it focuses on like 5 or 6, but it's so hidden like in it that some people aren't picking up on it.
It's a very educational video.
For sure.
That if you could show it in school without getting fucking goddamn
This is America.
harassed by showing something like that. Maybe 50 years later down the road,
and
things are worked out.
It also does help
Great
that
video.
the song's great too. Like the song,
Yeah, you can't let that slip away either. I mean, the video's going to get all the hype, but like it's a great song. Too.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna sit. Oh, sorry.
Are you good?
No,
Good.
Go ahead. No.
No, if it's if it's about Childish, go ahead. 'Cause I was
No, go ahead. No, you go.
OK Go.
Nice.
OK Go though are still making music videos like that, and there's like a few of them that are like, holy shit! Like,
Yeah.
how do you make these? They're so cool. But then I was also listening to them like without the music videos. They're actually good. They're actually really good.
Okay.
I would highly suggest listening to some OK Go. They're
Be
really
damned
good.
if I didn't try to dance on a treadmill.
Yeah, you tried it once. You tried it once.
But real quick, back to on that point of like how the music video was made. It's a tracking shot. So I don't. Have you ever seen Birdman?
Yeah.
So that's like it's like that. So it's tracking shot, like the whole thing. You can't tell where the cuts are. So in Birdman, like anytime like they're going to like they pan over and you see like a wall and like a wall for like maybe like a second. That's the cut.
Right. No, I know there are cuts. It's just like to get to that point though.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's really
tough.
hard.
And I know that people for a fact because down when I was in school I made a short film, so I know how tough it is to, like I said, even get a 30-second take.
Oh yeah,
it's tough. And if you add any kind of movement, not even character movement, but if you combine the character movement with any kind of camera movement, you're talking like a dolly shot or a crane shot. Like we're talking level up.
Tracking shots are the hardest thing to pull off in film, and Birdman does it for 90 minutes, and it's like, holy shit. Like, I love that movie, like, for the cinematography, for the way the movie was made, but the movie itself is also very well done.
Yeah, Birdman was cool.
Yeah, Birdman's
really
good.
I dug that for sure.
Him and Lil Wayne were the shit.
Another really
Put
good
some respect on it.
Another really good tracking shot thing. There's an episode of True Detective with Matthew McConaughey, the first season, the good season, with Matthew McConaughey, where there's a tracking shot for the last like 7 minutes of the episode, and it's just fucking nuts, like insanely nuts.
Those are the kind of shots that grab your attention when you're even non-film people are like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
I'll just say this on music: we're 5 months into 2018, and
it's been a good year.
It's been fucking phenomenal.
It actually has been really crazy, and I know you guys talked about that last week with the Cudi and Kanye and all this and that. But man, it doesn't. The craziest thing is it doesn't seem like it's going to slow down.
No,
you know what I
that's
mean?
what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to the second half of 2018 and what.
I mean, you got you got a Kanye album solo coming out. You got a Kanye album with Cudi coming out a week later. And whoop-de-dee scoop, I don't care. I love it.
I'm hoping for a new 21 Pilots album might be coming out this year. I'm a big fan of them.
Speaking of whoop-de-dee whoop, this past week Childish Gambino hosted SNL. Yeah, he was a musical guest and the host. They did a Kanye place making fun of A Quiet Place. And Gambino, that's so well done. Really? He's like, they're walking through the woods and Childish Gambino's like, Kanye just tweeted he's supporting Trump, and they're like, no, Kanye, and like he's like, yeah, he's wearing the hat, and Keenan's like, let me see, and like they show Keenan the picture, and he goes, oh, come on, Kanye, and he gets taken by like a monster, and then like they play the new song, and he's like, Kanye has dropped a new song, and he's like, we gotta hear it, he's like, I got earbuds, I can listen to it. He's like, he's saying scoopity poop. And then like at the end of the skit, he's listening to the song again, he's like, kind of grows on you.
That's funny.
It's good. It's good. But yeah. Anyway, that was songs of the week, which is almost probably like 40 minutes long, which is fine by me. I love it.
Well, you know that we have good tastes or similar to. I mean, none of this was pre. We didn't talk to any. Three of us didn't talk to each other about what it was, and we actually were like very within. I would say, other than Jimmy World and Guns N' Roses, we're pretty much in the same ballpark.
Yeah, definitely.
What's up?
The original idea I had for Offended was to incorporate a lot of music into Offended.
It's probably the deepest music talk we had.
I love it.
That's the one thing.
That's the good thing. When you got good music, you're going to have good shit talk.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the one thing that on Anything But Credible, we don't really ever dive into, not ever, but I wish that we dove into more, was music and film and media and stuff. Just because, I mean, I just like everyone else, love that kind of stuff. So anytime that I get to talk about music or what's going on, I'm always hyped about it.
The problem with us is we go deep down a rabbit hole of things.
That's fine. I like
which
that.
I love. Well, it's not a problem, but it's just like we'll talk about one thing and then at least another thing. It's just like, fuck.
If I have to edit an episode, I'd rather have it be editing an episode when we're talking on material rather than edit an episode because the person on the episode was an idiot and saying stuff I need to cut out.
Yeah, you rather have like too much good content than like having to try and fill.
You got something to say to me?
No, and hey, it's the 40th episode, baby. We're going long today.
Damn.
40, baby.
And we had 40 minutes on music talk?
Oh! Uh-oh.
Serendipity, naked lady.
Oh, naked lady's just waiting for her time to shine over here. Let me ask some questions.
Never shine on this show with me on it. Sorry, I don't mean that at all.
Well, anyway, that was your songs of the week. Very well detailed songs of the week, which I fucking love. Like, yes. I almost want to have you on every week now, just so you could talk music.
Hey, I can be your music guy, man. I really stick. I like I said, hip hop and R&B is my thing, but weirdly enough, I do step out of the circle. I've been really getting into expanding my reggae horizon. Not horizon. That's the wrong word, but I don't know, my overall taste.
You ever heard Bob Marley?
No. Who is that? It sounds familiar.
Is that Bob Marley Jr.'s son?
He was in a band.
His latest album actually is really good, though.
The Whalers,
Gaming.
I think that's what they're called. Whalers. Get it? The Hartford Whalers.
Oh, the Hartford, yeah.
Do you have Spotify, Dukes?
I don't.
No. See, I would love for you to do a playlist of like, because I love hip hop and I like same hip hop you probably like, but there's like a lot of shit that you bring up where I'm like,
you should
never heard of them.
Okay, well, I'd
love to hear it.
If you said you like 90s breakbeat,
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a group name right now. This is not a song of the week thing.
Tribe Called Quest.
It's you can't go wrong with Tribe, but they actually just came out with an album. It was okay, but their old stuff is. I'm telling you, from what it sounds like, it would be right up your alley. Have you ever heard of Pac Div? They're a West Coast group. It's 3 guys, and they are.
Heard of the Pac?
Not the Pac.
No, not X-Pac.
But after the show, I'll show you what I mean. But yeah, they're right up your alley, I think, man.
What was I gonna say? Shit,
something stupid.
But I do want to ask you guys after the episode. I am interested in your guys' your Spotify thing that you guys got going on.
I was actually just getting ready to tell you should download Spotify because there's a free version of it. there's two versions of Spotify. If you just download the app, you can just get the free version where you can actually listen to our playlist. Offended presents Songs of the Month, which is under my name.
And that's what I was going to ask you, is how to find it. Actually, that's what I was trying to get.
You
to.
should be able to just search Offended Songs of the Month. It should come.
Okay,
it should come up.
I'm downloading it right now.
I got people checking now. The two people who have Spotify, who I don't think, Are you following it, though, Jim?
Yeah, so that's the...
Are you following it, Naked Lady? Okay, here we go. Naked Lady, producer of the show, of this episode anyways. She's going to type in Offended. Did you type in my name? Just type in Offended. Okay, let me do it. Okay, so if you type in Offended... you get an artist that says Offended. You get Offended Biz, offended by everything by these artists. No, you don't want that. Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down past podcasts, past albums, over to the playlist, and then...
Ooh, brother, it should be there. Mine is.
No, it's not.
It's not? And you're not following it? What in the fuck is wrong with you?
So here, this is actually good. I'm glad we're looking at this
live. Live on the air.
So, you have to type in... Nope, that doesn't. It's not working either. Maybe you can't find it.
Stoutsy's over on it, aren't you?
Maybe that's why people can't find it. Oh, wait.
Is it under PWP?
You probably didn't open up. People probably can't search it. You probably did something fucked up. It's like when you used to have us muted for the first 20 minutes.
God, that sucks.
It's the worst. It's like the first 5 episodes I was on. He's like, but he gets on me because my phone dings.
Did you guys have to like try and re-say what you already said?
It's the worst. It'd be like. We'd like laugh, like so. We'd just like
very strange, not coming up when you type in the whole title. I don't know. I'll look into that. But go ahead and type in my name, Todd Rick, on it. If you type in Todd Rick, you can find it that way. It will definitely come up. I'll have to definitely look into that.
It's probably like blocked for people. Like
I was wondering why there's only like 2 followers. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've been trying to. I actually
our music sucks.
I've been trying to get a hold of that.
It's weird.
Man.
Why would that not come up?
Yeah, we'll have to find it. Yeah, dude, I'd love to hear some more music from you.
I'm always down for it, man, because that's the hip hop all around is cool, and I listen to it all, but like in different things. You know, like I'm gonna listen to the trap and all that stuff. Sure.
When you want to turn up?
Well, like if turning up, or if I'm working out,
right?
Sure.
Yeah.
But like if I'm just like cruising, summer day, cruising the car, man, I gotta have the '90s vibe for sure.
With you. I am with you on that.
Definitely. I'm so flabbergasted right now. We'll figure it out.
I didn't mean to put you guys on blast.
You're fine.
I'm not surprised you
I'm
fucked
happy
up.
You did.
I was just trying to find it the other day.
I'm leaving this in the show, too. So, next week, tune in to how you can find out how to listen to our playlist, eh?
Or we can just figure it out and, like, tweet it or something.
We'll do that.
Right, so I just followed you.
Yeah, if you just click on the link, it takes you right to it.
Yeah, just do that.
So, there you go.
We got to figure out that search engine real quick.
I got you. I'm on there.
You found it?
You got it?
I went through you, though.
See.
So Todd Rick, and then if you go to your playlist, then the Offended Presents is through there.
I have a lot of other good playlists.
Dude saves the day.
There's a playlist on there that's called Scoopity Whoop Poop. That's just for Katie.
Sounds like poop.
Oh. Since nobody makes mix CDs anymore, I make mixed playlists.
I just listened to a burn CD in my car earlier today.
You want one? I'll burn one for you.
I don't.
It would be really good.
No.
So anyway, 40th episode, we're going long. Which,
you know what? Anytime we have an ABC guy on, we go long.
We do, actually.
I just think it's a connection.
Is that a good or bad thing?
It's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a very good thing.
It'd be bad if it was dead air, but we're just going, man.
If Grifford, I think, is the only one that was short. He is short, so.
Griff is a talker, but in his own terms. And what I mean by that is he's not one of those guys like me and Keith that will just blabber on. When he speaks, it's almost like don't get me wrong, everyone speaks without thinking sometimes, but he's very much like a thinker before a speaker. Like he even, no matter what the conversation is the thoughts are happening before the verbal action's happening. Whereas me and Keith are kind of just like we're just talking. We're talkers and then thinkers.
Yeah,
I think
if I think too much, then I'm behind the conversation, and then I'm just blurting out shit that happened 5 minutes ago, and then I look like an idiot.
Stall. That's my new favorite thing.
Stall.
That's my new favorite thing.
That was pretty funny, man.
Tom walks away. He's like, keep going. He's like, Stahl.
Stahl. Eric Stahl.
Eric Stahl.
Hockey.
Mark Stahl.
Jordan Stahl.
Yeah, for all you
Mark
non-hockey
Stahl.
fans, what Jim is doing is naming off hockey players with the last name of Stahl, who they are brothers.
Yeah, I really honestly got a kick out of that. That was funny, man.
I don't know what else to do.
All right, second half of the show.
Woo.
Since we got Duggan on here, should we run your ad, or do you want to give us an ad real quick?
I can give you. You guys gave us a live ad. I feel like it's only right to
We did. It wasn't-
to give you a
it was
live
It
ad.
might have not been the best ad.
No, it was great.
I wish I was prepared. I could have cut it so much better.
I had Macho Man going, and then it was just like I wasn't breathing, so then I was just like
Passed out.
No, man, it was funny.
Brother.
It was funny, and so I feel like it's only right now. I won't be anywhere as good as you guys because I can't do impersonations or anything. But I can give a really quick lowdown on it. First of all, if you do go to Anything But Credible, I highly suggest. I think so this week will be 89 for us, and I think you guys. I want to say you guys were 86. I could be the numbers wrong on the episode, but either way, if you do happen to check out the Anything But Credible podcast, go back and check out our Offended episode with these guys because it was a good time. But listen, here's the ad spiel. Okay, listen, you guys, we're all looking for new podcasts. We're looking for good podcasts. Well, you know, in the daily, every day we hear news. There's some kind of news intake, whether it be through the radio, through the TV, through the internet, any kind of streaming, whatever it is. I would guarantee that 90% of that is either negative or some kind of emotion comes from you. How often is that emotion laughter? How often is that emotion, you know, some kind of comedic vibe? With Anything But Credible, we are talking about really all revolves around the word crazy. Okay, crazy people doing crazy things, thinking crazy things that make them do crazy things, in a whole rotation of crazy. What you guys don't realize is that there a lot of crazy shit is happening in the world around us that we don't really hear about. So we highlight on, you know, crazy news stories that actually bring you a positive vibe, a satirical vibe to the conspiracy theories that crazy people are actually out there thinking right now. Like somebody out there right now is in a thing called the Cold Arrest Society. Okay? Don't ask me what it is. Check out that episode. We'll break it down for you. There's all this crazy shit out there that we don't ever really hear about. All we hear about is political or how bad the city is and this and that. But hopefully the Anything But Credible podcast can help you out. Bring a little bit of light to... I mean, some of it's bad, but it's funny bad. Like, okay, this is just absolutely ridiculous. Weirdness. We call it the weekly weirdness. That's the stories that we'll bring to you. So, hopefully, check us out. Like you said, Apple Podcasts, really anywhere that you get your podcasts, and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. But really, a Google search, Anything But Credible podcast, all that stuff will come up. And can you guys, when you guys ended it in an impersonation or something? Because I can't do
way
it.
better than our promo.
That was 100 times better. I don't want to ruin it.
What was the promo I just did last? Oh, Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Oh, the Tom Hardy thing. Oh,
Peaky
man.
Blinders. Yeah,
I actually started that show last week. I'm on the first episode.
Oh, damn, you haven't gotten the Tom Hardy.
No, I haven't literally started it. So.
Dude, you just knocked out the park, Randy.
The Peaky fucking, or the Anything But Credible podcast. Yeah, it's a fucking great podcast.
Listen, if you do find yourself on the Anything But Credible page,
it's great.
or
It's phenomenal.
I guess I should also plug anythingbutcredible.com. That's the website. If you do find it there, check out our episode with these guys, the offended guys, because I'll give you a little tip into the episode.
Just the tip.
They tried cheese on their pancakes.
So gross. Don't do it.
It was intense.
It'll be a good one, I promise. So. But really, though, shout out to you guys, man. We appreciate you guys not only having me on, but you guys have had Keith and Griff, the other two co-hosts, on. Yep. So, man, we appreciate the love.
See, I'm not going to lie. The Keith episode was probably the most fun episode I've had, but this one's rivaling it right now.
You hear that, Keith? Keith?
Seriously,
What, Keith?
I'm not just saying that.
What's up, Keith?
I'm not just saying that to, like, boost you up or anything, because I'm not that kind of person. I'll tell you if it sucks. But no, like, it's seriously one of my favorite episodes. It's just a fun, flowing, like, smooth
ABC and Offended has got a vibe, man.
No, there is for sure.
You know what? I'm thinking in the future one day, maybe later this year, we're going to have a combined podcast, man.
We should do something like that.
I think it's going to be a mix. I think we're going to have a little mix-mash pod.
We will.
We should for sure set something up like that.
And it'll be great.
I do want to say, if you don't want to listen to the Anything But Credibles podcast with Jim and myself, just listen to the other 2 episodes with just me.
Yeah, that's right. Todd's been on a few times. Yeah.
But for real, AJ Styles, Anything But Credible, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Ted Turner wants to buy it.
We're in the podcast business, Ted. No, for real. Check them out, though. Conspiracy theories.
What? If you go check it out, you're just a jackass.
Interrupt me, jackass. I need another beer so I can finish up this podcast. We're Nick Duggan from the ABC podcast. Brother.
Trying to think of impressions. If someone's for some reason, I have to do impressions when they just come to my head. But when somebody's always do an impression or something, I'm just I'm tired.
Freeze up.
I can never do anything. Claudius, we went on vacation with him a year ago with his family, and his sister was like, "Todd does really good podcast, or really good
podcast impressions.
really good impressions. You should hear him." And I'm like,
all I could do is he impersonates really good podcasts, not his own, but he sounds like a good podcast.
That sounds like a Barstool podcast. But Bill Cliff, it's like chicken wings, really good. I do not have sexual relations, but go listen to Anything But Credible.
So impersonations are not our cup of tea, but we do every once in a while. We will catch Keith in trying to do. He always tries to do accents, other cultures' accents, and they.
This is stupid.
Butcher.
Why would you do accents when you live in the greatest country of all time, America?
Keith tries to do cultural accents.
I hope he doesn't do accents from China, because it's the worst. But you know what's the best podcast, aside from Offended? Anything But Credible.
Hey.
Duh.
I like how he's got his eyes closed right now.
That's my Alec Baldwin Donald Trump impression.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
And I'm done.
Scene.
And scene. Yeah, but so I actually meant to bring this up. When you were talking about the tracking shots and how hard they are to do, I'm like, yeah, Jim and I know we can't get through 10 seconds without laughing or fucking up on something.
When we try to do videos, man, because a lot of it, we don't write anything out.
No, we just
we're like, okay, maybe this, that, and then I stand over here like an idiot and try to get my shit together. Because I know what I want to say, and then once it's about to go, I lose it, and I'm like, fuck, I need a second.
I can't believe how
just laugh.
Yeah, I can't believe how funny our video really was. I thought it was. If nobody else thinks it was, that's fine. I thought it was actually really funny.
No, it was good. It was good. I think you guys should do more.
The bloopers are fucking hilarious.
So, yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. Like I said, when I was down in college, our senior project was a short film, and if you guys are out there and you're interested in a 30-minute cut, check out Mara, M-A-R-A. But even experienced actors, we had legit auditions and did the whole thing, and it's not just college kids. We had legit actors and actresses, and I think acting is one of those things where it's no matter what you're doing, it's one of those things where you see it, and I feel like at some point everyone says, "Fuck, I could do that. I could be an actor," but it's you don't realize until you get behind a camera and you're on take 25 that it's not as tough. Even no matter what you're doing, even if you're doing a cheersing and chugging and you're saying 3 sentences beforehand, it's
well, that's how it is with us, man. 'Cause it's it's quick. It's almost off the we just we got a pretty good chemistry, and we're vibe. Kind of feel what to say when the other person's done or kind of where they're going with it. But like you said, you're it's not easy. The big thing is getting over the fact that you're probably gonna feel somewhat weird. You're gonna feel uncomfortable.
You should just go with it.
And dude, exactly. It's basically I think that's one of the big things. Not even if you're just doing huge action. If you're doing what we do, stupid ass videos, you're probably gonna look a little dumb. You're gonna feel dumb, but it's part of it
for sure.
You're gonna feel it's something you've never done before. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be.
Exactly.
Yep, definitely. I mean, if there's anything I can say to just anybody who's acting or whatever, just fucking go weird and be yourself and just go with the flow. It might work. Yeah. Like I say, it's going to work, but it might actually.
You'll find a niche. We found ours. You go on Babbel, and I'm just the idiot that's, it kind of we found it. It's just all right, Jim's going to be like the dumbass co-host that doesn't know how to say anything, and like it's funny, like it's hilarious.
I do like the little running gag like we have going on with our videos right now, where like you played the dumb guy, but we also incorporate the whole like you walk in and you're like, can I have like a few lines or something?
Yeah, it's
like. Or when we're outside, we call it the upside down beer chug.
The upside down beer chug.
A shotgun. Yeah,
yeah. That's funny.
It's just little things like that. I like the little running gags that we have already. But so anyway, we've done this in the last episode with you, but I want to redo it. The Anything But Credible, since we're sponsored by Anything But Credible podcasts, we do the Anything But Credible questions.
Okay, yeah.
Which is basically what you do on your show. So maybe I do impersonate a podcast. But it's what you do on your show, but we had the idea. Got
ass mouth going.
Ass mouth. There it is. It's back.
Ass mouth. That's funny. I like that.
After I was on your show, I'm like, that's a really good idea. And then I incorporated the whole, since we're sponsored by you guys, let's do it. Made sure it was okay with you at first, because I didn't want to
offend you.
Yeah.
I did good this week, Todd.
You might get an extra line in the next video, Stoutsy.
With the last episode that we did, that was through a time where Offended wasn't doing very good, like in the ratings, I guess you could say, or in the views and the downloads. We are actually doing pretty well right now and growing, so let's do it again.
Shout out.
Now that we're on iHeart, let's get that exposure out to Anything But Credible, Anything But Credible, Anything But Credible podcast.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the Anything But Credible questions, presented by the Anything But Credible podcast, with the host of the Anything But Credible podcast. How many times can we say
I was going to say, let's go.
Nick,
ABC, it's easy as 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Do you have your questions? Did you do that?
I feel like when we do the questions, we need like a Anything But Credible.
It's ABC, easy as downloading it on the podcast.
Okay,
from
this is
Apple
this is happening. Next time,
SoundCloud
this is happening. Next
ABC,
time that you guys
Nick
are
Duggan.
on the podcast, next time we're recording some kind of song and we're gonna use it because what just happened. I need that, so that's got to happen.
We're magic, man.
Tricky Rick. With the Jimmy going into the, and he can't remember what he's gonna say, and he forgot to do the list. Tricky Rick.
That was the dumbest damn thing you've ever said in your life to me. I don't even know why it's so funny. The look in your eyes were
This
like,
is Offended.
like when he said it, his eyes were like, "This is stupid." What I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, I'm with you though. We got to do something. Holy shit! I don't know if I'm slap happy or if that's that funny, dude. But
We should make one like Matchbox 20.
That'd be super funny, actually.
if you're offended,
Maybe you should listen to Anything But Credible. I like it.
Yep.
We're doing
I like where you're going.
Anyway, do you have you want to go? You want to start it?
I do. I'll start off. You can knock this out real quick. So you covered a lot of it during our music session. I was going to say, what are your top albums right now from this year?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, so I kind of hit it, but I mean, I can kind of reiterate without, going over everything. But, so I'm a huge Tech 9 fan, so Planet for sure. But I'm also a big R&B guy. So, like I said, Eric Bellinger's latest, which is called Easy Call. Sir, which was November. He's a TDE artist. And, man, I really, we talked about it, but really, I mean, lately, as of right now, the top two has been J. Cole's KOD and Post Malone's Beer Bongs and Bentleys. Those are the two that over and over, man.
Cool.
Good.
Trick?
Also, not to cut you off, but should I be hearing anything?
No.
Okay,
No,
cool. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I should have told you that before we started.
No, I just want to make sure. I figured that because I was like, I feel
bad.
like this happened last time.
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
Oh, did you get the fly?
No.
Don't hit the mic.
I'm just gonna Barack Obama it. Just
If you catch that fly one-handed, I thought you just did that. I swear to God, I will give you
I have
money
it?
or something.
Do I have it?
Don't let it go. Oh no, you didn't have
Oh.
it. There's gonna be so many claps in this recording.
Oh. All right. So anyway, what is your all-time favorite '90s song? I'm a big '90s guy.
Oh my god, man, that's super tough because I'm like a pretty diehard DMX fan. So I got a lot of DMX jams.
Free DMX, by the way.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What?
I don't know. This time he might actually deserve to be in there. This is like number 500 for him. Man, number one, putting anything number one is tough, but I will tell you this. One song that will always, no matter when it's put on, I will go hard for. And this, I'm not going to go DMX because that's every song, but Tupac, Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to me,
good song.
If you want to talk about like classic hip hop songs, I feel like that's one that just does not get the respect that, I mean, it's up there for a lot of people, but it doesn't get the respect that I think it deserves. So.
If you had to pick one, Jim, what would yours be?
Dude, that's so tough. Well, I was about to ask Dukes, were you like strictly like hip hop '90s, or like were you a fan of like? See, I consider myself like almost a one-hit wonder '90s guy.
Yeah, like I mean, one of my all-time favorite songs. My all-time favorite song is "Send Me on My Way" by Rusted Root.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
or like "Return to the Max," one of my favorites. "Bittersweet Symphony" by the Verve.
We Were Only Freshmen. Remember that song by the Verve Pipe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think "Bittersweet Symphony" was by the Verve, was it?
By the Verve.
The Verve, yeah. Then it's the Verve Pipe.
Whereas you're more one of a one-hit guy, I'm more of like an artist guy. So like one of my all-time that I will ride or die, you can give me any pre-2000 Common song from Common.
Yes.
I used to love her.
The Light
is just amazing. I mean, to me, it just goes so hard. If you give me any Nas, I'm going to go hard. You give me any Wu-Tang, I'm going to be going hard. You give me, just single out of Wu-Tang, like Method Man alone.
Yeah,
fucking
dude,
love
Method Man solo was awesome.
Like I said, DMX. Man, the list goes on. You know, obviously Tupac and Biggie. Like that's cool and all, but like, yeah, man, I'm more the guy that's like, you know, they say like a lot of people listen to music because they build this kind of somewhat of a relationship with this artist. My relationship is when you get to a certain point where I'm like, okay, I've jammed with you enough to we're at this point. Then after that, I'm like a ride or die guy. Like you're in my book. I'm gonna keep I'll still download Common if Common drops an album next month.
Common,
even though he's nowhere near '90s Common, I'll still download that shit just to see what's up.
I used to love Common. I actually cannot stand Common anymore, and that's sad to me because I love old like like The Light by Common.
The Light,
my God,
like his music, you don't like, or the fact I remember like a few years ago he was kind of getting.
I feel like
a little too involved in some. I shouldn't say a little too involved.
No, yeah, it's his music.
That sounds like a dickhead thing about celebrities getting into stuff. But
we've talked about that before.
Yeah. And he kind of he ruined his image in like a sense. Somewhat
ruined his image. I think a lot of his songs are him just like almost reciting a poem now, or him just being like, "We could go here or do this, or maybe we could do this and do that." It's like, dude, I just want old Common back.
Yeah,
it's like
very repetitive.
So I think another angle too that I should add in this that I think gets forgotten about, and for me is very big because I am very big into the production side of music, so I'm big with producers. So that's also a 90s thing for me. So all of Common's early stuff was produced by No ID. He's legendary, right?
Yep.
He also had a bunch of DJ Premier, which is, we're talking about like legendary hip-hop, right?
Then he went to Kanye.
So, yeah, and then that's why Kanye, old school Kanye, is so amazing. It's because these songs were dope, but it's like, that's when he was producing, like, he was just incredible. Like, you know what I mean? He's still crazy, but like, back then he had like the old school vibe, so that also really affects to where I'm at with that music.
I got one side question for you. Since you're really big into this, Kanye West, you just kind of hit on it, how he is like very good. Old Kanye, him producing. Kanye was a producer before he rapped at all. Do you think Jay-Z would be as popular now if he didn't come out with The Blueprint, which was produced all by Kanye? Do you think Jay-Z would still be huge right now?
I want to take it before Kanye. I kind of want to I think what really elevated, this might make me sound kind of crazy, but in my opinion,
you're from the Anything But Crazy podcast.
To answer your question, it's tough because Jay's was already really huge, but I definitely think Kanye elevated him. I mean, at that time, Kanye had that stretch where I wouldn't put anyone above him producing personally. But I think what the combination of him, Just Blaze had a big part in Jay-Z, and you can get a load of that if you watch his Rapture. But Just Blaze is like an all-timer, just a mind-blowing producer. But to answer your question, yes and no. I don't think it was do or die. Like, if he didn't have Kanye, he wouldn't be where he is. But I also think that him having Kanye definitely took him up in elevation, for sure. I don't know how it couldn't. But the crazy thing is, at that time, man, if you go back to that time span and you go back to what was on the radio, all these songs that were just not even Kanye's, that he was just handing out, like, hey, check me out, even before he was actually rapping. Like, those songs, if you look at the credits, they're epic. His list of productions is epic.
See, it's tough to say because without you got Kanye's beats, but you have Jay's lyrics. Yeah. Without Jay's lyrics, maybe Kanye's beats is good. It's like,
but the thing,
nothing against Kanye. Like, I think they both have just boomed each other's career. In my opinion, I think it's an even
to
match
me.
For him.
I think yes, just because Jay-Z had Big Pimpin' and Hard Knock Life put out. There were the two previous songs that were really big by Jay-Z. To me, it was kind of like, you think back to Jay-Z and to a lot of people besides Big Pimpin' and like Hard Knock Life, the albums of them, like, I personally like them, but if you look at like reviews from other people, they're not very well received as like later Jay-Z, like huge Jay-Z. Like, if you really think huge Jay-Z, you're gonna think of the Blueprint 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna think of all of those immediately. Then the Black Album, like, those are what made Jay-Z fucking massive.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, if he doesn't put out that Blueprint album, I don't think Jay-Z would be I think that was his make or break album, because you look back at those albums and you had Big Pimpin', Hard Knock Life, they had those songs, but the rest of the album was just okay. You had the Blueprint, the whole album was good. And H to the Izzo, what...
Okay, so yeah, that's an all-timer, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this list right now, too. Encore, Bonnie and Clyde, 03 Bonnie and Clyde, Never Change. You know, he produced Run This Town, which was a little bit later. Poppin' Tags, that's Blueprint 2. Takeover on the Blueprint. I mean, if you look at his actual discography, I mean, there's some epic songs on there.
And
man.
like, the one thing to me when I think of Jay-Z, I just think of the background. I don't think of his rap. I just think of H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy. I think of that because that was the first time to me when I was a kid that I heard Jay-Z too. And that song was huge, man. That made Jay-Z just a bona fide star. Like,
and you got to think of the other way too. Sorry to cut you off, but you got to think the other way too is that Jay-Z. I mean, look where he is now. But you got to think this guy had the mindset of like, holy, I can't let this guy go, right? And Kanye also has a super special part in my heart because after Common, who I ride or die for old school Common, you know, like I was saying with the No ID, what really elevated him was not the No ID or the DJ Premier. It was when he linked up with Kanye, and Kanye gave him a whole bunch of the productions, which was like before Jay-Z took off. It really elevated, like 100% elevated Common, like no doubt about it. And so that he holds a super, like, you give me Kanye, Common, and Jay-Z in this area, this let's say this 10-year, 8 to 10 year frame we're talking about, just those three artists right there, like, I'm good. I don't need anything.
And then you also had his protege at the time, who then did his own thing and didn't really do well. Now they're making an album together, Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Kanye, we would never know who Kid Cudi was. Kanye produced that entire album.
Yeah. And I've always loved Cudi, man. I never, you know.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's out of his shit.
It was a weird little like stretch of
he got out of his funk.
It's like his psychedelic phase.
Well, then he went like into depression place and like was getting treated and whatnot. And he's out now. He's doing fucking good. But I was gonna say, like, when you're talking about the Blueprint 3, damn, we are on music today. On point, dude. But when you talk about the Blueprint 3, like, that was like his make or break. It's like what Dune said earlier, dude. It's like you made, like, before that, he made 2-3 albums that were like good. And it's like, do you stop or do you keep trying to, like?
Yeah.
It's like after that, each album is a test.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get. Logic has said it best. He's like, you're never as good as your old shit until new shit comes out.
Yeah. Well, that's also
like,
what makes
everybody loves your last album. Like, oh, I hate this album, sucks. Then you come out with another one, they're like, oh, I love that last album though. And it's like, you're never as good as your old shit to people.
Yeah.
After you hit a point, they're just gonna fucking be ignorant.
And that's why I think Jay-Z's so great is because his albums, were progressively better because he actually switches it up. But like when he went back to Kanye, he always got that one style. He would fit his style might be broken up to 3 or 4 sections in his album, 3 or 4 styles. With his new stuff, he had Timbo and all these other producers, but he always went back to Kanye for like that one style where it's always just like now they're like legendary songs.
It's like the Chicago style is what I always called it. The Tadlib Kweli. Common, Kanye, Jay-Z at the time, they all had that distinctive sound that you're talking about. That you could tell that Kanye produced that with the soul that's in the background. Like it sounds kind of soulful, but also hip hop at like the same time with kind of like a Tribe Called Quest like beat in the background. Like
Kanye's still to the so I'm really big on sampling. I'm a huge sampler.
Yeah.
I love it. Kanye of all old school Kanye, one of the best. I don't care what anybody tells me, one of the best samplers of all time.
I mean, shit. Otis. Just listen to Otis. I mean, that sample alone to me is one of the greatest samples. Like, love that.
Anytime
song.
those two get together, dude, any song they make is like what you mentioned earlier, windows down, rolling through the streets.
Oh my god! The other day, man, I was listening to the radio, and I swear to God, I thought that I was I had a weird like almost deja vu. The radio was playing. One station was playing. What's the song? I can't think of the actual name, but Slow Jams with him, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. I can't go that fast, baby.
Yeah,
I know somebody can.
Which is an all-time classic. And then I'm like, wow, I haven't heard this. What a great song. I flip over about 10 minutes later. It comes on another song that I was like, holy shit, was Overnight Celebrity with him and Twista.
I love Twista.
I love that
both
song.
Both Kanye produced, both amazing. I mean, I was just like, oh man, this is what I'm talking about.
Really good song.
Oh, they're great. They're great.
I'll say last thing on Jay-Z. If I'm listening to 99 Problems, I better get pulled over. Like, pull me over while I'm listening to that shit. Like, that's like I don't even care.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Before you ask your next question, Jim, I just want to real quick I don't want anybody to say anything after this. I don't want anybody to come about it or like say anything. But I'm just going to say real quick, I don't like Logic. Okay, go ahead.
He said, "Don't at me. Don't at me."
Yeah, don't at me.
I'm gonna at you.
I actually cannot stand Logic.
I'm a Logic fan, so
I think he's a dick.
I watched his Rapture.
Yeah.
Actually made me dislike him.
Do you think he's kind of a dick?
I think he's a douchebag.
A little bit
I think
of a come-on
he's a huge, like, I'm all about this, man, and, like, you should, like, listen to me because I think this way. And I, like, the way he explains shit, I was like, dude, you are a douchebag. Like, I think he's a massive douchebag.
See, I vibe with it. I think he's legit to who he is.
That Rapture.
Like, I think he comes off, like, it looks very fake because I think he's that real.
What's funny?
I disagree with you because he cheated on his fucking wife, who he said in the show.
He didn't cheat on her.
Yeah, he did. They just got divorced because he cheated on her.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that came out.
You even said that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I said he probably wants to go fuck some fly honeys, but I never said he cheated on her.
Is that how you said it?
Stahl.
Oh, okay. Jordan Stahl. Eric Stahl. Mark Stahl. See, I mean, maybe, but I don't think he did.
What's funny, though, Stoutsy, is that you, the reason, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you were riding with Logic for a long time, before the albums.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Logic officially Whoa. Okay, so 6 hours ago, Logic officially filed for divorce.
Yeah.
That just happened 6 hours. Okay, maybe that's why I brought it up.
He did release a big statement saying, like, we're planning to go our separate ways and blah, 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 whatever.
Because he cheated on her, apparently. That's what I read.
I'd watch this TMZ a lot.
Fuck you.
Well, you read anything. I mean, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But
I don't know.
He
made this whole big ordeal about like how he loves her and he never wants to like he'll never break up with her and blah blah blah. That to me, I was just, and then I saw that like the next day. I was like, oh god damn it.
Well, yeah, but you got to think when that episode.
But he also, I don't know why. It was the way he was explaining like his music and why he did this and why he did that. I was just kind of like, man, do
you think it's a little fake?
Yes.
Come on,
I think it's extremely fake. I think he used like a very like touchy subject to get very over, and I think he used the suicide song to get over.
A lot of people probably do, and I could see if you just jumped on or just came about him, and even within the last 2 or 3 years, I could see that. But from somebody who has literally listened from Young Sinatra 1 all the way through every mixtape, it would be lying if I didn't say that was always his thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't as hardcore as it is now, but it's also, I think, that has to amp up with his popularity. It has to.
I
can see where you're coming from.
I think
But I'm not, like, I don't care if you
I
don't.
think
Yeah,
it's just
me
that
too.
episode of Rapture.
Are you going when he comes in August?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's just
gonna be good.
Tricky won't be there.
No. It was just the way
You're gonna come. You're gonna come watch him live.
That's
You're gonna
fine.
be
Yeah, it might change your.
That's fine.
No.
It was just the way he was explaining shit on that show. I was just like, man, you're bugging me.
I
Like,
thought the same thing too. Before he's a little too much.
Yeah.
It's a little too much of him like trying to explain instead of like it's like.
You're so off.
Every time
You're
though,
so off.
From I'm looking at a side view. When you try to hit that bug, it looks like you get it every time. I'm like, oh shit, no, damn.
So, okay, what's your second?
My next question. I ask this to everybody that comes on.
Okay.
Love my grilled cheese. It's a 2-part question. You
Okay.
going 1 or 2 slices, squares and triangles.
Oh, okay. This is actually funny because we're going to talk to these guys. This podcast called We Need to Talk Podcast. Shout out to them. We're going to talk to them somewhat in the future. And they just had this exact same conversation. They got pretty in depth about it. And I'm sitting here thinking this. This might make me a crazy person, but guys, I'm going to be honest with you. My entire life, I can honestly swear to God not think of one time where I cut any kind of sandwich in any form. I've never cut a sandwich.
Okay.
I don't understand the cutting, and I don't get, like, is it to fit in your mouth better, or is it literally just like a little kid thing? I just don't understand. I've just never done it. It's never been. It's never been a thing.
I get where you're coming from.
Does it affect? Does it affect the taste? Does it affect the? Like, can you fit more? I don't
Put it like this: if
Uh-oh.
the full sandwich, like say using grilled cheese, the full grilled cheese, like, do you dunk in soup though?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like
but, okay,
that-
so the dunking makes it easier for that, right? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. For
Okay,
me, but
all right. I can't be quiet
Uh-oh.
anymore.
Nicolay
the cutting sandwich.
Nicolay just did a run-in.
You've never cut a sandwich?
Slide on the
ever?
ring, steel chair. What?
Not that I can honestly remember.
Okay, they just taste better when you cut them.
See, that's what everyone says.
They do. You get like all even parts of your sandwich in like one bite, you know? So it's like if you have like a full square of bread, you have to eat like the crust all first if you want. But if you cut it in half, you can have like a bite on the middle,
Oh,
a
I
bite of
see.
the crust.
Okay, I see where you're coming
You
from.
evenly
I mean,
eat
that makes
sandwich
sense. But I've also
as you
never
go.
been. Thinking that way, do you have to have some kind of weird taste for the crust, or like, what if I just never had a thing like some people are really not about crust
Then you cut the crust off, but like then I guess it doesn't matter.
because then it's like all middle basically.
Yeah, but sometimes the middle is the best part, so you want to
Right.
like eat the middle and then
you
eat
have
the
a
not.
little perfect amount of crust with the
Yeah.
middle. Yeah, dude.
Okay, I mean I can hear what you're saying.
But see, I can do the same thing though with a full sandwich.
Here,
like
let me-
I can bite it into how I want to finish it.
Let me ask you this.
I'm like doing it.
This might not even relate at all, but non-deli sandwich or grilled cheese sandwich, any other kind of sandwich, they all. Now, I guess it's hard because it depends on how big and how the sandwich is, but
Like
if-
LeGrand's cuts
if-
their sandwiches.
Yeah, but like
so that's normal.
right. But let's say if they gave you that one whole sandwich, would you cut it though? Like if you didn't buy them cut, would you cut it?
Yeah, I think I'd have to. Like, I don't think
Because it's a
like,
pretty big sandwich,
No,
probably.
like holding look like so weird. Holding.
Jim, you look like you're sucking a dick.
No, dude, you gotta cup the balls. There you go.
Holding. Yeah, like you said, like it's almost a little like but see a Jimmy John sandwich, but they're not as thick. Like a LeGrand.
See, that's what I'm saying. It
If
depends
we're
on how
talking
much is
LeGrand,
on there.
You might have a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
And you gotta cut that in half. You can't just
I think all sandwiches taste better cut in half.
Real
See, like-
quick, side note, how you can tell a straight male watches porn is when he acts like he's like eating a sandwich at first, and I said, no, you gotta cup the balls, and he turned his hand to grab the penis better.
You gotta cradle the ball. You gotta go backwards.
Well, guys, let me not to switch the porn subject, but I think I'm gonna have to try it. I mean, whenever the next time I have here's the other thing too. You guys might think I'm weird about this too, but I haven't bought a loaf of bread in I want to say 2 to 3 years. I just don't ever eat bread. Like I will if it's on a sandwich, but I don't do anything with bread. It's really
I don't think
weird.
we can be friends.
That's weird, isn't it? That's kind of weird.
I bought a loaf of bread yesterday.
She's usually really nice.
Oh no, I'm bringing out the bad side of people.
So I'll put one last note on the grilled, like on cutting your grilled cheese though.
I eat bread by itself all the time from Bread Company.
The
That's
cheese
not even a
pull.
lie. The what?
What does that do for? Is that
cutting triangles? You watch that cheese pull and you're just like, man, that's some good fucking cheese. And it's just like you're like,
do you like cum in your pants when you watch that happen?
I cheese in my pants. Yes.
Cheese in your pants?
cheese? I like that.
Cheese in my pants.
That's actually really funny.
But it's like a mozzarella stick. You get a cheese pull. Oh,
Okay,
fuck me up, fam.
I can see where you're coming from. For me, it's just more of a teaser than anything, so I just go for it. But I hear what you're saying.
I like a little tease.
I hear what you're
A little
saying.
tease.
All right. All right.
What's your next
All
question?
right, signing off.
Well, until maybe in like 10 minutes, hopefully. All right. So, my next question. I forgot it.
I like how deep that grilled cheese sandwich question gets, though.
Dude,
Same
see,
thing happened
okay.
with Keith.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about.
I forget for a second, and Jim just pounces right back on it.
Here's the thing about us at the Anything But Credible podcast, man. This is what we're good for. Is like we do have certain topics that we hit, not like anything crazy, but the beginning, the first segment, I guess you could say, is us just bullshitting, doing what we're doing today. But we think I like to personally, no matter what the topic is. We just talked about cutting sandwiches, but like. Well, the problem is that nobody goes deeper than it's just like we like to hit things below the surface level. You know what I mean? No matter what it is. Like, why not just like figure out? It's almost like this. It's almost like little kids. They always ask the question, why? It's like, but like,
Yeah.
Why?
why not just keep doing that though? I mean, like the more you ask why, the more that conversation is going to go into some weird, interesting place.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Okay. My second question. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Do you have a fuck, marry, kill?
Yes!
Oh, sucks to suck. I guess he's doing 2 of them.
Oh boy.
Margot Robbie, Jennifer Aniston, Ronda Rousey.
Mine's better.
Mine's better. Are you going to remember it now that you're charging your phone?
Okay. Hear me out on this, all right?
Okay. All right.
I'm going to... I want to say that I'd marry Jennifer Aniston, but I'm not because I know she's much older than me. So I'm going to fuck Jennifer.
That's
marry Margot because she's a beautiful woman and more close to my age. And I'm killing Rhonda simply because if it ever came to any kind of confrontation or like end of world, like survival thing, she would murder me in a second. So I have to knock her out right away.
See, I would do marry Margot. She's... Sorry, Nicolette. She's the love of my life. We're the same age.
Do I need to sign back on?
Do you want to sign back on? Okay, no. But anyway,
Mute
Margot
me.
Robbie, I would marry. I would kill Jennifer Aniston because he's old, and fuck Ronda Rousey because
For the experience?
not for the experience, but I would think that she's pretty like flexible because she does like wrestling and jiu-jitsu and stuff. That means that she probably works out a lot to where she can do some weird shit.
Yeah,
here's the
wouldn't
thing.
you be afraid of her like twisting you in a pretzel?
Thank you.
though?
I was about to say, she might fuck you up.
Yeah.
Have you like
you're gonna get fucked.
you might be doing the cradle in your own balls.
Maybe
and
that
stroking.
she would like it if I like choked her out on accident. And she tapped out.
No,
I don't
natural
know.
reflexes. She would kill you.
That's what I would be afraid of, man.
The thing is, though, like, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not going that deep. I'm just saying, if she's gonna like bang me while she puts me in a triangle choke, I'm cool with that.
Oh, so you're agreeing with me now?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
We can tell who the wrestling guys are in this podcast.
And like Rachel's my least favorite of friends. So
Oh, he's rocking the hat.
He is.
Wow.
So,
You like Courtney Cox more than...
oh fuck yeah.
Really?
You like Cox better than Aniston?
Even when she was in the Scream movies?
I fucking love Scream.
Me too. I love Scream too.
But actually, there's a sentimental reason why I like Courtney Cox. I'm not going to bring it up because it's stupid, but it's because me and Naked Lady are like Chandler and Monica. No,
Oh.
actually, it's weird. Like, it's honestly very strange.
What
Like,
are
there's-
we?
We're Joey Chandler, obviously.
Will you guys judge me if I tell you that I've never seen more than 5 Friends episodes?
Nope, I'm in the same boat as you.
Fuck you. No, I won't judge you.
No, it's okay. I mean,
I've seen more Full House than I have Friends.
Full House, I used to. Yeah, me too.
Milkman, the paperboy.
We have a lot of weirdly. We have a lot of things in common.
See, I had 2 older sisters, so I didn't have a choice on the TV. It was always fucking Full House after school.
So I do choose Courtney Cox over Jennifer Aniston just because of the similarities between Monica and Chandler on Friends. There's been times where like we were joking around about it, how we were like, "Oh, we're definitely Monica and Chandler, haha," and then like we watched a few episodes later, and it's like, "Oh, this is weird." Like, there's been episodes like surrounding stuff that we have done, and it's just like, oh, this is weird. Like,
well, I guess that's why that show is so
weird.
relatable and iconic, right? Is because of that exactly.
Yep. Exactly. So, what's your third and final question,
My fuck, Mary
young Jimothy?
Okay, wow, round 2. Here we go.
I'm gonna get personal with you.
Okay.
They dudes?
Fuck, Mary kill.
Uh-oh.
Dugan, Keith, Grifford.
I'm kind of worried about this.
Keith, Griff, Flo Helly.
That's okay. That's fucking hilarious, man. That is so.
I'll make it easier for you. You can be the dominant one during fucking.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Okay.
Shout out Joe Helly. I haven't seen him in a minute.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna give you a straight honest answer here. And I already got this. This is kind of quick to me right here. I'm gonna fuck Joe because
why?
Well, one, because he's got a great hair. He's got a great flow. That's where the name comes from.
I think I know who you're killing.
I'm gonna marry Keith.
You do it.
Okay. Because out of them two, Keith would make a much better house man.
Yeah,
than Griff would be. I listen. I know.
Man.
I've lived very close to Griff before, and I've seen his house many times. So I know that when it comes to marriage, Keith would be the guy. Now, since I'm fucking Joe and marrying Keith, I'm sorry, Griff, but it only leaves one option for Griff.
You're gonna die.
And honestly, out of those 3, to be quite honest, if it came down to it, like I said, I kind of relate to like a end of the world survival thing. Like he'd be probably the easiest for me to. He's the smallest. He's a little Irishman.
You got to get him out of there just because he doesn't believe like any conspiracy.
Yeah, I was going to say, is he also? Is it also that?
That would make our marriage really tough because I like to poke around and have fun with the theories, and he's so straight, hard nosed.
You just argue with him the whole time. Yeah, we'd have no sex, and you just argue the whole time.
Yeah, and it just wouldn't be. We wouldn't have any kind of connection. See, I mean, not any kind of connection, but not a long-lasting connection.
This is fucked up, but I thought maybe you'd fuck Griff just to show dominance over him a little bit. Just kind of making me bitch.
No, I mean I'm not that kind of guy, but I would
maybe kill Keith.
I would say that. See, I'm glad that you threw some. It sucks. Technically, for me to be a good podcast host, I should kill Joe and keep the other 2 around. But I mean, if we're thinking like logically, I'm sorry, Griff. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be
easiest kill. Darwin.
This is not going to go over great next week when we record. It's not good.
Sorry, Griff. The question had to be asked.
I was going to say it has to be known.
Well, I know who we're having on next. Anything but credible.
Fuck! I wish I would ask Keith that question. Just so we could ask Griff.
I don't know, man. Keith might have balled up on that one. He
I don't think he would have.
I am fucking nobody.
You guys had him going, but yeah, man, that's funny. I got to be honest with you. I did not expect that one.
I was joking when I said when you actually asked it. I was like, oh, I guess we're going for it.
No, I'm all up, man. Why not? People got to know.
My last question. Since we're produced by a wrestling website, if you could have a dream match between any celebrity in the world, 1-on-1, any celebrity, politician, anybody, who would it be? Who are the 2 people that you would want to see at WrestleMania?
Almost like a celebrity deathmatch.
So they don't have to. Oh man, I used to love that show. So they don't have to be a wrestler per se. Okay.
Wow.
This is okay. Does it have to be present, like present tense, or can it be a past tense of someone? Okay.
Anybody you want.
All right, man. This is actually a good question because we talk about this on the pod a lot. We refer to a lot of things. We refer to old. First of all, we love good bad movies. Okay, and a lot of those we refer to are the old school 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s action stars. Okay, we're talking Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme. We're talking Seagal. We're talking all those guys. So for me personally, I would love to see my guy is Schwarzenegger, old school. I'm talking like Terminator days. Versus, this is tough, but I'd like to see it just to see what happens because I'm also a huge Jackie Chan fan.
Ooh.
So old school, super quick, nimble Jackie Chan versus huge, like Terminator, Conan the Barbarian, out of his mind, Predator jacked Schwarzenegger.
Basically, you're booking Braun Strowman versus Daniel Bryan.
That's your classic David Goliath match right there.
Because I don't want to see I don't necessarily want to just see two humongous guys. I want to see I like to see how somebody can use their advantages in this way versus you got to pre-plan that both sides, right?
I like it.
Should we bring back Celebrity Deathmatch?
Who would win though?
They tried,
guys. Who would win? Old school Jackie or Terminator / Predator?
I do think Terminator.
I think it's gonna.
The Arnold would win.
It's gonna be Arnold.
He fought the Predator.
Now you got to realize is if there's no rules of staying in the ring, Jackie is notorious for just
he would jump off ladders,
going off walls and doing through the he you know what I mean, he does all kinds of
619.
Well, who's the special guest referee? Chris Tucker?
I don't know if that's Chris Tucker.
Then you got the advantage.
You hear the words coming out of my mouth? That's a two.
Because he's gonna hype up Jackie.
Then you got the advantage to Jackie. I don't know. That's a good match.
Or
I like that.
I don't know.
If
man.
the special referee is Triple H, then it's in favor of Arnold Schwarzenegger because Triple H and Arnold are friends.
He's been on there a few times, hasn't he?
Yep, he's actually in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. I think we might have talked about that. That's pretty cool. Actually, not to switch subjects on you guys, but I did have a question. One question for you guys that I wanted to bring to the table, and I thought about this literally earlier this morning. It hit me. Are either you? I know we're a little bit past the MTV days, but are either of you familiar with the Road Rule Challenge show?
Yeah, man, dude.
Hey, did you guys watch? This might be 3 or 4 seasons ago. I'm not really sure the time span, but they had that one. You guys know that when it was on air, I was a big Divas fan, and one of those Real World Challenges shows had Ariane was one of the divas. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Was on the Real World.
Was she one of the Funkadactyls?
She was one of the 2 black girls that were on the show, I think.
Yeah.
Not Trinity. Trinity's one of them, right?
So
that's Naomi, so
it would have been...
It's Cameron.
Cameron, and her name was Ariana.
Ariana? Oh, is it Cameron? Is that her name?
Cameron was her name in WWE.
Yeah. But her real name is Ariana or something like that. Yeah.
Did you guys happen to catch her on that show?
No, I didn't know she was on that show.
Yeah, they had a celebrity season or something, and she was one of the celebrities because that was actually the first season that they had The Miz go back to hosting before he was a wrestler. So I just didn't know. I wanted. I don't know why that really randomly.
Was Beth Phoenix on that show?
No.
Was she just strictly WWE? I swear she was on either a Real World or a...
No, she wasn't on either of those. I would know.
She
I used to
wasn't on
watch
anything?
this shit all the time. Yeah.
Man.
To my knowledge,
I thought she was. I could be very...
But
I'm obviously probably
Cameron
very wrong,
has the infamous... She does the splits on a wrestler, I forget who it was, but she does the splits on somebody. That was one of her moves. But the woman was facing down on the mat. To pin somebody in a wrestling match, the shoulders have to be... You have to be on your back to pin somebody. But they're facing face first on the mat. And she goes, "Count, ref!" And the ref's like, "I can't." And she goes, "Why are you not counting? Count the 1, 2, 3." And the ref goes, "Because she's on her stomach."
Gotta know the rules, man.
It was live, too. It was oh, man, that's bad.
She didn't get it.
Yeah. Anyway, those are the anything but credible questions.
Yeah.
Yay.
Time for Gangbang the Goat. This is it.
Dun-dun-dun.
Last segment of the show. Oh, wait, I forgot I had a song queued up. Oh, don't put it on yet.
Did you guys make that up?
I made it up actually.
Can I get an origin story on that?
So
you made it up.
I did make it up.
What?
Yeah.
Did you really? I don't know.
I really did. So
I'm very interested to hear how this came
it was
about.
the first segment that we ever did a trivia, and Tricky was like, "Hey, you should come hang out with me after my podcast."
Look at that voice she's putting on right
And I was like, all right.
It does to me too. Hey, can we get beers after the podcast?
All right, so I sneak in the house, and I'm like, this unfamiliar house that I've never been in. I sneak in, and
such a
you
bullshit
all,
story.
No, you guys are there.
We were dating at the time.
Yeah, we were dating.
Will you hang out and get to the podcast?
So
mad about the voice.
I walk in. literally, Stoutsy has his microphone in a little Barbie chair. I don't even know who Stoutsy is at the time. Yeah.
So we were at Uncle's house.
We're at Uncle's house, and so I walk in. I try to sneak into the living room, and I start getting a mass amount of text messages. Hey, I got a really good idea. You should come up with some trivia questions in the next 15 minutes, and we'll do a trivia.
It was
blah, blah,
on the
blah.
spot, when I got the idea.
It's oh wait, no pressure or anything. Yes, please. And so I'm in there struggling, trying to find these trivia questions, and I go out there, and he's like, "Okay, I want you to read these questions." I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not getting on your show." He peer pressured me into getting on the show, and that's
and now you're a staple.
I guess I'm a staple.
You're
and
on
so
iHeart now.
After the trivia went somewhat well, Todd lost, and he was calling himself the GOAT at the time. I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT of all wrestling.
He's the GOAT.
And it was.
Did I win?
It was Stoutsy and Cougar.
Oh yeah.
And so they won. And I was like, the game show should be called Gang Bang the GOAT because it should be 2 or 3 against the GOAT.
I used to go away. I used to go in another room while they did the trivia first, and so I wouldn't hear the questions. I would come back in while they read off the questions. I actually knew the answers to all of them. I got so overly excited on them, and I just misheard them on a couple.
See,
that makes complete sense, but I think it's super funny if you just never tell people that if you just keep it as it is, because I think it's hilarious and that makes sense. But man, that's just a fun it's just
Gang Bang the
good.
GOAT. See, the problem is that
now
whenever he loses or if he misses a question, there's always some fucking excuse. And he was like, listen back to the podcast. And then we listen back to the podcast, and he's always like, oh, I guess.
You know what's really funny?
I guess I fucking...
Jim hasn't won in 3 of these in a row, and he's done the exact same thing. Just off mic, though.
No, but I've never... His thing is, he says an answer, and then he takes back his answer. And his first answer was
that's
right.
why we have
but he goes, well, I didn't know, because I said the right answer. It's like, but you changed your answer. If you take a test, and you put down 4, and the answer's 4, but then you erase your 4 and put 3, you're wrong.
Hold on. Time out. This all dates back to one episode where...
The Christmas episode?
Yes. I won that one. No, it wasn't that one. It was a different one, because I won that one. There was one.
He remembers the wins.
I do. I remembered this one exactly because I was so pissed. I said the answer, and she moved on to the second question. And Wilson already heard the answer to that first question because I walked away. Wilson heard the answer, and after I said the correct answer, Wilson looks at me and he goes, and whispers off the mic, covers his mic, and goes, "That's not it. You should do it." I believed him.
That's your fault.
That is your fault. I'm still on
I
Stoutsy's
think you
side
can be
for
that
that.
big of a dick.
If you cheat off Bill and Bill's wrong, are you going to blame Bill?
Sorry, but hold on. First of all, I would never do that to anybody. You should trust yourself and win the fucking game.
This isn't a friendly environment. You
Okay,
know that.
I learned.
You've
from
also
the get-go.
gotten mad at me for
Host.
taking too long to answer or to give the answers. You're like, but I did it right the first time.
See, but the other thing is, it's also like, no, she moved on to the next question without. But I'm like, there was a time where she was like, "That's your answer." You're like, "Yep." What's the next question? And then you were like,
Thanks,
you had a few excuses.
This was in the past. I've won the last 3 in a row now.
Oh my god!
You're now losing. I'm now taking the lead.
2 and 3 right now. Because I'm
gonna be honest. These questions are hard.
No, it's actually I'm winning 5-3 right now.
Well, Todd, can I interject real quick by saying that, man, speaking on the topic of Wilson, am I glad that he's not here to gobble and eat the microphone? Man, Wilson, if you hear this back, man, I got to be honest with you. I'm pleasantly surprised that you're not here today.
No, Wilson. Here's Wilson.
Sweet dude, I don't care.
He gets so close to the microphone.
That was Ryan.
Or he's so far away from the microphone, you just hear
He's
him in
like
the
at 3
background
rooms
yelling.
away, like.
He'll do that, or he'll talk for the first 15 minutes, and you won't hear him for the rest of the episode.
Yeah. I just made
What? Oh, you guys are
Classic.
taking this seriously? Okay, so... Alright. Alright, everybody needs to get their phones out. Write down the answer on your phone. That's the rule because I fucked it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. But the thing
I
is,
ruined it for
now
everybody.
I think it's still Gang Bang the GOAT, But the thing is, there's no more teams. It's all individual.
All individual.
All right. So no one knows
Which makes
mine.
it funnier
You might
'cause
need
you're
an-
just doing a one-man gangbang.
Oh, okay. So, one-man gangbang trivia is now what it's called.
No, just
So,
gangbang.
do your guys' format that you go through? Let's say there's 10 questions. Do you go through each 10
There are
and then you write them down?
There are 5 questions.
Okay.
After each question, you have a minute or so to write your shit down, and then we move on. And then there's like...
And the answers
if
are
you
all
need-
at the end?
If you need any repeats,
Okay.
if you're nice to me, I may repeat the question for you.
So everyone but Todd.
And then there will be a tiebreaker at the end of a number.
Ooh.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do
See.
it. I'm ready.
All right.
We.
Wait, it's only 5?
Only 5 plus a
I got to...
tiebreaker.
I'm also going to be honest with you guys. We've done trivia a few times on ABC Pod, and I am notoriously bad, so don't make fun of me for these answers that are about to happen.
Did
And
we
these-
decide? Did
these-
we do the 5 first? Like we go like the bonus. We do the bonus too, right?
We do the bonus, and then we
Bonus
do the
okay.
answers.
And these are themed after the number 40, correct?
Correct.
Oh, number 40 theme. Okay.
Because
All right.
it's the 40th episode.
The
keep
40th
that in mind.
that the host
episode.
knows what it's about and doesn't discuss it with me. My eyes are really dry right now, so I'm squinting them a lot.
He's crying
You can
already.
hear that water.
At least, hey.
Dry eyes. What's that? What's that guy?
No,
That old dude.
Okay, sorry.
We've got off
I know
topic
who
so
you're
much.
talking about, though. That guy sucks.
No,
Dry
we're not
eyes.
going down that rabbit
All right,
hole.
question number 1.
Uno.
Who directed the movie This Is 40? The name of the director of This Is 40. All right, question number 2. What type of band is UB40? Like, what genre of band?
UB, like the letter B, boy.
U as in umbrella.
Yeah.
B as in boy. 40.
UB40.
I almost started singing one of their songs and I realized that would totally give it away. Damn it, I want to sing it so bad. My
dare you to
OCD is
sing it.
going
Do
so
it.
crazy.
Do
Sing
it,
it.
Tricky.
Suck it.
Do it, tricky.
Idiot.
Shut up. Oh my god.
Wait, can you say this next question in your Todd voice? Your impersonation of Todd? Because that was great.
Well, you guys are gonna hate this question anyways. But if Tricky was talking, it'd be, what was WD-40 made for?
What was what?
WD-40 made for? He's so whiny all the time.
Amazing. Amazing.
I am getting the death stare right now.
Oh,
I'll buy you a beer later.
you gotta laugh at yourself sometimes.
Didn't seem authentic.
I'll laugh at those people who...
What? So what was WD-40 made for?
Yeah, there's a few. I'll accept a few answers.
Ooh.
But it was used, fun fact, in the aerospace industry. And its real name is water displacement on the 40th attempt. Fun
What?
fact.
I didn't know that.
Can we write down as many ideas as we think it is?
No, you
what
only get to submit one.
Don't you tell me that WD-40 stands for water displacement on the 40th attempt? That's what it means?
That's what it means.
That's honestly did not know that. That's,
Wait, water displacement on the what?
40th attempt. So that's why it's called WD-40, because it worked on the 40th time they
Idiot.
tried it.
Well, no wonder I have to use it 40 times.
Remember that Cheez-It
Possible.
commercial that was like, oh, you should have some WD-40, but nope, I got Lay's instead. You know, like, they rub the Lay's on it, and it's like, oh, that's why you should eat Cheez-Its.
No.
Stupid. I wasn't asking you, naked lady, okay? I'm talking to the men.
Ooh, I'm in the
hey, if
doghouse
he's
right
being
now.
mean to you, just say all the rest of the questions in his voice.
Oh, are we paused?
No, we're not. I'm letting this one go. Fuck all of you. My name's Katie.
Are you offended?
You keep saying my name.
You
My
just
name
get
is Naked Lady.
Sorry, Will Ferrell.
Get offended?
Do you get it?
A little bit?
Oh,
Do you
he's
get
so
it?
offended.
Jim, do you
I
get
get it,
it?
'cause
Will Ferrell?
yeah.
Because your last name is
You're such an asshole.
Ferrell.
Do you, when you listen back, Naked Lady, when you listen back to the podcast episodes, do you ever get a hint of that whiny impersonation voice that you just did?
All the time.
Usually towards me.
That's so not-
Stoutsy! Why don't you have your shit together? Put your...
Boom! Here we go.
Is your middle name Will, Katie? Katie Will Ferrell?
I hate you so much.
Damn, hit her with a low blow.
I'm like, I'll only come on your podcast if I have a incognito name And then my name's been said only about 1,000 times since then.
That's okay. Yeah.
Fine.
So you start getting weird
It's
friend
fine.
requests.
You're welcome. You're famous now.
By the way, you can find Naked Lady on Facebook at.
Yeah, I knew that
At the
our
Naked
podcast
Lady.
was reaching weird places when today, actually, I got a call and voicemail for a Scientology recruitment from Clearwater, Florida.
Tom Cruise?
No, it was a recording, but I was just like, we talked about a lot of Scientology stuff, so I had a thought today of thinking,
Nick,
this is not great.
You had me at hello. Come join Scientology.
All right, I'm just going with
Go watch
the most
Mission
obvious
Impossible
answer
6.
possible for WD-40.
All right, next.
So did I.
Next question.
I literally
Question
did.
Question 4.
What was that?
There was an R in
To
there.
make fun of my voice.
Question, because it's the 40th episode.
Oh.
You know, you get what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay. John Lennon was shot to death at the age of 40. Who shot him?
Oh.
Shit. I know this one.
Oh. I'm snarky right
Seriously,
now.
though, let me know
Snarky.
when you unpause it, though. Tell the world that they should look at the conspiracy that.
It's unpaused.
Oh, okay. Listen, for this question,
Fuck you, Katie.
I suggest looking up the theory that Stephen King was the one that killed John Lennon, which is
Fuck,
interesting.
God.
It'll take you. It's an interesting Google search.
Just
I
such
can
a sad
see this
story.
guy's face, and I cannot think of his fucking
I'm
Such a
name.
thinking
sad
of his
day
wife.
when
Now I'm
John
thinking of that weird
Lennon was
porn
killed.
star's name, Asukira or whatever. She's foreign.
Johnny Sins?
No.
The guy's not foreign, though. Oh, you're thinking about his wife.
I think it was wife.
Why do you know that guy's wife, though?
Christy
No,
Mack.
I love Christy Mack.
She's going to be at Hustle
I
Club.
know. Tell me. Lisa Ann is about to be at a golf
I don't
club.
like her.
Okay, first
Why is she
off.
going to a golf club?
Because the 590 The Fan guys got her to go to the tournament there, and that's sold out in 7 minutes.
Oh my god.
All right, you guys have 30 seconds, and I'm asking the
I'm
final-
That's about as long as I've lasted with Lisa Ann.
I'm locked in.
Fuck, what is this guy's name? This is driving me fucking insane.
It's something.
John Wilkes Booth.
All right, just let it marinate.
Put two words together.
Question 5. Who is the 40th president of the United States?
Oh, I'm fucked on that, man. I don't know a single thing about presidents. Griffin Keith would know that right off the bat, too.
I would.
You can't phone a friend. Don't think about it.
This is a fucking guess.
Both of those losers are probably sleeping right now anyway.
This is a total fucking guess.
Stoutsy just looks like someone slapped him in the face.
I fucking got this.
This is going to really be embarrassing when I mutilate this answer, though.
That John Lennon one's driving me fucking crazy.
Don't worry, we have a tiebreaker question.
Don't worry, we have a dungeon question. That's the SpongeBob meme in real life. You're welcome. This is how tricky sounds.
Oh my
Hi,
God.
my name is
I'm at
Tricky.
41. I'm at 41. Who the fuck was 40? Son of a
Wow,
bitch.
you have like a you're like a savant with presidents.
You're at 41?
Yeah. I counted back from 44 to 41.
Oh shit. Then well, my answer is definitely not right.
You just should not have said that, though.
It's alright. Because nobody can get 40. Because it was irrelevant. Teddy Roosevelt. Herbert Hoover.
Right. What's the bonus question?
All right, bonus question.
This is only if there's a tie.
This is only if there's a tie, and if you go, it's closest to the number. If you go over, it doesn't count.
It's 40. It's 40.
The answer
number's
is 40. No.
Wait, so we literally just pick any number?
No.
Oh,
So
69.
when Steve Carell's parents went to the movie theater to see the premiere of 40-Year-Old Virgin, how old were they?
Like a combined
parents?
age?
No.
Were they the same age?
They were the same age.
Okay.
Parents?
His parents.
It might be 69.
You wish. Tricky's obsession was 69.
The rapper?
No, just the number. He just makes.
Oh.
He points it
Not
out
gonna
and
I'm a fan of
everything.
69.
You would be.
I don't like
You just
talking
like
about
his
it.
The
hair.
volume on the TV said 69.
I like his hair.
The air conditioning said at 69.
If you listen to 6ix9ine while you're in the gym, you're gonna get hyped up.
The
Okay,
sex
I'll
possession
catch
we
up
do
with
is 69.
That's a lie.
Oh, this is
We don't
not
have
a
sex.
fun question. Neither is the president one.
Katie's a prude. Anyway.
First number that came to my head. Boom. I'm in. All 6.
Alright. I don't know that I'm
Did you
just...
say that was Price is Right, like not without going over?
Yeah, without going over.
Okay.
Oh, shit. If this is America. Okay, I sent it to you.
All right, lock in your answers. You've got just a few seconds. I'm cutting it off.
Hurry up. Okay, I sent it to you. This is America.
All right, you're done. Question number 1. Everybody's answers are locked in.
I'm in.
Who directed the movie This Is 40?
What's the answer?
Judd Apatow.
That's what I got.
Judd Apatow.
Oh
my God!
boom.
I think I know John Lennon's answer.
Nope, you're done. You can't.
You didn't say it yet.
You know what I
Does it
have?
say
Okay,
that?
all right. I haven't said it yet. I haven't said it yet.
But you said
You
that's
could still
it.
be
That's- you
thinking.
said that's
You
all
can
the
still.
questions
I'm
were.
changing it right
I
now.
just wanted-
What
my
in
phone.
the fuck?
I just-
No way. No way. You said that's it. That's questions.
I wanted you.
Did she not?
This is
Did you
exactly-
not-
I
you
did,
not
but-
say-
I think it's fair game, and you should know
yeah,
that.
now you do because you know the fucking answer. That's bullshit.
I don't know the. Well,
You turned your
came to
test
me.
in. You cannot. You're getting
This
graded
is exactly
now.
what you guys talked about before.
You turned
Yeah.
your test in and it's getting graded.
I don't know.
graded.
You said,
I know,
You
I
said,
just wanted-
You said answers locked in.
I-
You said answers locked in.
I wanted you to
One
stop
thing.
typing
Time out,
on
time
your
out.
This
phone.
is the beautiful
Time
version
out,
of a
time
shit
out,
show right
time
now.
out,
I
time
hope
out,
you're
time
enjoying
out,
it.
Time out. I think
Oh, no, we're changing
I think we should have a
rule.
third party decide.
if you have it written down without anybody else saying a goddamn thing to somebody, and if they can still think it before the answer is said, if you have it written down, that's your answer. She hasn't gotten to that question
Cool.
yet.
Give me back my
Boom.
test from high school because I remembered answers after I took the
You know,
test.
Stoutsy, if he
You
would not have
said
said,
locked
if he would
in.
not have said, oh my gosh, I know the answer. He could have just said what he thought.
Yeah, if I didn't say it out loud, I could have just easily just went on my phone and changed it anyways.
Oh, so now we can. Now there's no integrity into the
No, I'm
fucking
just
game.
saying.
Okay, here. Then,
If you're listening to the first question that you know and you're still trying to think of an answer, you're probably like, I think this is it.
my Google,
Go ahead.
My Google isn't open. My Google isn't open. My Google isn't.
Oh my God,
open.
don't Google.
My Google isn't
I'm
open.
watching you
My
Google.
Isn't open.
Are you seriously
I'm
Googling?
still changing my phone.
Stop it.
My Google isn't open. My Google.
I'm
isn't
locked
open.
in, guys.
Oh, look at that. Changing my answer because you haven't said it yet.
Oops.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Look, if you look
don't
at
know what I'm
mine,
doing.
mine says Logic Divorce Offended X videos. So, fuck you.
X videos. Nice.
My Google says absolutely nothing. Tricked you. Did I?
Okay, so what are we doing? Are we? Is that a?
You said
All right.
locked
I
in.
know, but then the logic
Locked in
makes
means
the
we
all got
logic.
the
The
first one
logic
right,
makes
though.
sense. That
No, but
if
it
you
doesn't.
don't,
But
if you
so does-
don't,
you know what the logic behind locked in is?
All right.
That means
If you can
final
get
answer.
your answer in before the
That
test,
means final answer.
How many times have you taken
my
a test to
God.
where you can hold on to it and then you think of it right before the teacher takes it and you write it down? They still take it, Jim.
Okay, that's not this test though. We're sitting here, teachers.
You
right
guys
here.
gotta decide
The
this on
teachers
your own.
walk-
I
that's
can't
just
help
the-
Just read the answers. We're
That's
going
what the
overtime.
teachers- no,
Shut up.
this is
Read the
bullshit.
Thank you,
answers.
lady. It's a tough world out here, man.
This is
I
bullshit.
can't
Locked
do
in
anything
means locked
right.
in. Do you think fucking Regis Philbin was fucking when somebody said locked? When he said final answer,
Well-
yep, your answer's locked in. They were like, no, wait a minute, Regis.
That's a good point.
Somebody in the crowd said,
Okay, so in your
in their
logic,
Todd Whitey voice.
hey, in your logic, who's a terrible rapper, if you want to do it that way, then we'll do it. Next time we'll do it one by one.
Next time.
No.
Next time, so he gets this cheap ass
Hey,
W.
one by one then. Next time we do it, questions will be one
It
by
should
one
be
with the
one by
answer.
one. It should just be an integrity of the fact that answers locked in, phones down. I put my phone down when you said locked in because I was still figuring out my 40th president, and she's like, answers locked in, phones down.
Maybe-
Phones down.
Now
Test
you're
over,
now you're
turn
acting
your
like
test
me.
over and turn them in.
Now you're actually acting like me.
I'm not
Oh my
upset
God.
about losing. I'm upset the
Okay.
integrity
Someone
of the
just
game.
needs to
Okay, I
decide.
got it right.
Nope.
You got it right. Did you get that first
Nope.
question
I
right?
did, actually, surprisingly. It's probably the only question that I will get right.
Let's go. We're going so long.
Go for it. Go for it.
Jim's being a little baby.
I'm just saying this game is
I
fucking
kind of
bullshit.
agree. I kind of agree with Jim, and I kind of agree with you. I'm just saying.
Just read
I
the
see
sec-
logic
just
on
go-
both sides.
Let's go to the second one. Let's go to the second one, please.
Being a real fucking Steve right now.
Let's go to the second one.
I hate this game.
I got a little hot there for a second.
I know.
Stressing me out.
Who's this?
What type
Welcome.
of band is UB40?
Reggae.
Indie rock.
Reggae is the correct
Say, like,
answer.
EDM, goddammit.
Red, red wine. Come to me.
I'm gonna change my answer.
You got that one
Yeah,
wrong.
Jim, how'd you put reggae on
It
there?
doesn't
That's
matter
impressive.
anyway, because Jim still got the question wrong on that red,
All right,
red
all right,
wine.
all
It
right.
feels so fine.
Question-
Jim still got it wrong. I'm in the lead anyway,
Question number
so
3,
it doesn't matter.
Mr. Cocky Asshole.
This is
over
going to
there.
come down to you, Nikki Lady, because I feel like you're going to have to interpret these answers.
I probably will. All right.
Unless I'm just
What
completely wrong.
was water displacement on the 40th attempt? What is it made for?
WD-40.
WD-40.
I had squeaky doors.
I wanted to say that it had something to do with like the wheels and the landing gear, but like I stupidly put something about just loosening. I put engine propellers. I know that there's not necessarily propellers like a helicopter propeller, but like some kind of whatever propels an airplane. If
You know,
that makes any sense.
I put rust.
As I realized, I gave you like the backstory of what it is. I said half the answer is aerospace industry. I didn't realize that was part of the answer.
Oh, so it's part of aerospace.
But you guys all got
industry?
it right. Yeah, it's part
So
of
it's like rust.
Yeah, part of it is rust
It's-
or degreasers.
Okay, but rust is the main word, right? Oh
No,
I
and
said
also
rust. Y'all said some other
degreasers.
stupid squeaky doors,
Degreasers.
propellers,
Most of the answer was the aerospace industry.
Can you do an
part.
impression of Jim for me?
but it says rust, right?
Oh,
Does it say,
like Santa.
rust?
it says rust and degreasers.
Oh,
Rust prevention
Squeaky
solvents
doors?
and degreasers.
Degreasers.
You all get it right on that one.
squeaky doors.
I should have left off.
Degreasers.
This is a kindergarten test.
Oh my
test.
God.
You get to change your answers. You get to put squeaky doors.
We need Mr.
So
Wilson here
hot right now
to deflect some.
We'll make 'em even
I'm
more
obviously
hot.
in the lead, so this next question
I
doesn't
we're
matter.
tied right now
This
because
is-
I put rust, and rust is a word in the answer.
No, we're not tied.
So is
He's got all three
degreasers.
right, technically.
But he never said rust or aerospace.
Actually, whoa.
I
Nick
said
Hey,
aerospace.
wait, Nick Duggan for Anything Incredible even just said he actually got that question
According
right.
to Nikki
And
Ladies,
he is the guest. He can be.
Squeaky
There you go.
Doors.
There you go.
Squeaky doors.
I'm
We're gonna
3
put
for
an-
3,
we're gonna
Jim.
Put an asterisk next to
I'm
that.
3 for 3. You're
And
2 for
say-
3.
All right,
What?
this is the question
We're gonna-
that's
we're gonna-
got
you know what?
everybody
You know
hot.
what's gonna fucking make this? JCD. I'm gonna ask him. Listen to this show. Tell me who won. I'm right.
There you go. Question number
Doesn't even
4.
like you.
John Lennon was shot at the death of, ass mouth. John Lennon was shot to death at the age of 40. Who shot him?
David Chapman.
Tricky.
yeah,
David
who shot
Chapman?
him?
What's everybody else's answer?
I literally put a random name of John Edwards.
I put oh no.
Oh no, it is. You're missing one part of the name.
Was a three? He's a
The
three-namer?
He's a 3-namer.
They're always three-namers, man. They're always three-namers.
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it a middle name?
No, you said the middle name.
Wait, what's the full answer? Just give it to us.
Yes.
You'll have to put it to a vote. I'm staying out of this one. Name is Mark David Chapman.
And what'd you say,
That's a
Tricky?
David Chapman.
Fuck, I mean, he's way... you guys have to decide because it's your show, but
No, I think you need to weigh
it was
in. I can't.
I mean, I said rust, and it was in the answer, and everybody got the answer. So because everybody, WD-40.
He got 2 out of 3 is pretty good for me. I don't know.
I think
said
he
John
went by
Edwards.
David.
Maybe you guys should rock, paper, scissors it out or something.
No.
You know what? Give him the answer.
Give him the
Let
point.
him sleep better tonight.
Let me be 4 for 4 while Jim is over here 2 for 3 or 2 for 4.
No, yeah. I'm super
All right.
Hey, in basketball terms,
Even
that's pretty
though-
solid still.
Even though you didn't get rust.
All right.
I would still be in the lead.
Salty
douche.
man, come on.
By one.
So salty.
By one.
Who
This
is
is why I
the
don't know.
40th? Who is the 40th president of the United States?
All right, I'm going to get this out the way real quick because I am going to sound like a terrible American. I know this, but I completely guess I said Roosevelt. I know it's not correct, but I just first thing that came to my head.
There was 2 of them there,
I
so
apologize to America.
there's 2 Roosevelts, weren't
I had
there?
no idea.
I don't know. I was going with Teddy. So
There's a Teddy and a Franklin.
Who do you have, Jim?
Didn't go Franklin.
I put Bush, but I know it was Reagan.
I had President Carter.
So why?
Because answers are locked in.
Integrity. Oh, wow, this guy right here. True.
Show me your Google. Show me your Google history.
Don't show him at all, man. Erase the law.
Yeah, he fucking had it up. What a little bitch. Because I have integrity.
In my head, I go, I bet it's Reagan. Then I double check.
Oh,
Put
okay.
the answer down because I have integrity.
I didn't look.
I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying I locked in answers and you locked in answers.
Bullshit.
I'm not
That
doing this
just
game
won me-
anymore. This game ruins
Jim just-
friendships.
Jim just, yeah.
No. In my head, because she said locked in, I'm not going to change my
It's
answer. I
because
go,
Jim's a
I bet
sore
it's
loser.
Reagan.
Jim
And then I
acts like
double-checked. I
Jim
didn't
likes
know
to play
that.
the spin game where he loses and likes to spin on
All
me
right,
on the
Roman
2 times
Reigns.
I lost.
Okay, Roman Reigns.
What was the
spin
bonus
game?
question?
All right,
Roman
bonus
Reigns.
question. What
Not that
age?
it matters.
Spin game Roman Reigns.
Not that it matters.
What age was Steve Carell's parents when they went to go see 40-Year-Old Virgin in theaters?
That's 74.
I said
76.
72.
76 was closer. It was 80. They were both 80.
Oh, but it doesn't matter.
I only got one question right. How embarrassing.
Rainmaker!
I should have had 4 right, but I have integrity.
3 right, Jim. You had 3 right. Should have had.
Well, I had the bonus closest, so. How old were they?
You should have had
80.
3 right. You got.
What's funny is I had 82.
You had 2
because
right.
I had 40. No, well,
You had 2 right, Jim.
Let's take away that number 3 from
Jim, you still had 2 right. You didn't have 3 right. You can't say I should have 4 when you should have had 3.
If I were to change my answer to Reagan like I was going to before I looked it up, after you said locked in.
What's the funny thing is, though, if he's going to be all butthurt about that, I still beat him by 1 anyways.
I'm not butthurt about losing. I'm butthurt about integrity.
Oh, okay. Well, erase it because of my integrity. I'll erase it from me because
now he won. Now he's erasing me.
I'll erase it. Oh,
okay.
and I still
No.
win. Suck a dick. Thank you, Nick Duggan, for coming on Anything But Incredible.
see this
He's
shit?
from Anything
You
But
guys have an
Incredible
open spot over there at ABC?
Yeah, would you like to come over? We're recruiting.
Have fun, tricky.
Thank you, Nick, coming on Offended. You can find your show Anything But Incredible. Where can we find you at?
Man, well, you can find us anywhere. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on, and happy 40 to you guys.
Thank you.
You can find us anywhere that you get your podcasts, especially Apple Podcasts. Don't forget about the website. That's anythingbutcredible.com. Facebook and SoundCloud is /ABC Pod. Twitter _ABC Pod. Instagram ABC Podcast. Or make it simple for you. Just a Google search will bring all of that up. But guys, listen. Number one, like I said before, appreciate you not only having me on, but all of the ABC Pod guys on. Keep doing what you're doing. We love it. And thank you. And like I said, happy 40.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate you coming on.
You could follow Offended. Or actually, before I go, thank you, Nikki Lady.
Yeah, shout out to Naked Lady.
Am I thanked this
Best
time?
impersonators. Best
Thank you.
impersonation of the night, for sure.
Bye, everybody. My name's Tricky.
You almost forgot my name.
I don't have integrity.
My name's Jim, and I just even when I lose, I'm still gonna bring that up, even though I would still lose.
It's the principle.
I cut grass.
It's the
So
principle.
anyway,
I too.
you can follow Offended
very well.
at Twitter and Instagram at OffendedPod. You can buy our t-shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com/offended-podcast. You never do this. You can follow Hockey Talk on Facebook, exclusively on Facebook at www.facebook.com/offendedpod, where you can find all the Hockey Talk exclusives. Follow our Spotify playlist at It Should Be Offended Pod, or excuse me, Offended Presents Songs of the Month. That's what it should be, but we'll figure that out. And follow us on iHeartRadio. Just type in Offended and we pop right up. My apologies to Brett Stockman. We ran out of time. We were going to have you on, but we ran out of time.
Oh, damn.
Sorry,
Whoa.
Brett. Sorry, Brett.
Hey, ABC Pod loves Brett.
No
That's
integrity
funny.
on this podcast.
Sorry, Brett. We ran out of time. But
That's tough.
for Tricky, for Stoutsy, for Nick, for Naked Lady, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Happy 40 to us, right?
Yeah.
Let's drink some 40s.
Whatever. Integrity.